Hey, Bahamas,
The
it's
views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Good morning. The U.S. to increase tariffs on Caribbean exports. Trump says the rate will be a little over 10%. Bahamas Grid Company touting the power system upgrades on New Providence. And the head of the Christian Council says immigration enforcement should be firm but fair. It's all straight ahead this morning. I'm Dwight Strachan, and this is Morning Blend.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning again, Bahamas. It is Wednesday, July 16th, 2025. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Again, I'm Dwight Strachan. In a moment, Chester Robards will be joining us. Also this morning, we're talking with the Water and Sewage Corporation. They're celebrating their 49th anniversary, and a lot of exciting changes are coming as well. We'll get details. And later, it's our monthly series with Bristol Wines. It's our favorite time of the month. That's all ahead this morning. But first, it's time for the Overnight, the latest breaking news from while you're sleeping, and the top national and international headlines this morning. In the overnight, the United States government intends to increase tariffs on exports from the Caribbean and Africa. U.S. President Donald Trump confirming this yesterday. In recent days, Trump has been writing letters to foreign leaders informing them of increased tariff rates. But I'm very happy with the deals the way they are. Those are very right. Those are very simple deals, whatever the percentages. And we base that on a lot of things, including the deficit and various things. I think it's a much faster way. We'll be releasing a letter soon talking about many countries that are much smaller, where you're not going to do letters per se. You might do an individual letter. When asked which countries he was referring to, U.S. Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick, who was next to Trump, chimed in saying, quote, Caribbean countries, African countries, you have a huge amount of countries that are small, and the president's just going to deal with them sort of the way he thinks is the right way to deal with them. In other news, Bahamas Grid Company says the first 3 months of its grid modernization efforts have led to a 73% reduction in power outages on New Providence. In a press release, the company said the installation of smart grid technology, increased automation, and responsiveness. The statement said that to date, 47 Teleruptor pulse cluster fault interrupters have been in locations throughout New Providence, and that these devices detect and isolate faults in real time, dramatically reducing outage duration and scale. The company said the installations have prevented 182 potential outages this year, which would have caused over 170,000 service interruptions among the 48,000 customers living along the affected circuits. It says that in terms of percentages, the interrupters have led to a 73% reduction in total outages and an 86% reduction in potential power interruptions. Bahamas Grid Company, the special purpose vehicle that was established via a joint venture partnership between the government and Island Grid Solutions, a Bahamian management company established by U.S.-based Pike Corporation to upgrade and manage BPL's transmission and distribution system on New Providence. Work on the upgrade began in April. Amid debate over the country's immigration policies, Bahamas Christian Council President Bishop Delton Fernandez says that the country's immigration laws should be enforced, but with compassion. On Sunday, F&M leader Michael Pintard raised the alarm about alleged corruption in the country's broken immigration system, his words, as he called on government officials to provide answers on allegations that there's been an unexplained surge in the number of people NIB cards and a sharp rise in work permit applications. National Security Minister Wayne Monroe, in a televised response to Pintard's claims, said the country's immigration system is stronger than ever. Well, Fernandez says that from the church's perspective, they err on the side of firm but fair, saying, quote, "We want to see our laws enforced, but those who are entitled to go through the process should be done in a timely manner." He says that while people discuss issues surrounding immigration, residents should be wary of rhetoric that supports discrimination. A 56-year-old businessman cried as he was sentenced to 21 years in prison for the rape of a drunk and vulnerable woman. Akeem Wilson, otherwise known as Akeem Watson, is expected to serve the entirety of his sentence because sex offenders are not entitled to time off for good behavior. Wilson's conviction stems from an incident that took place between July 4th and 5th, 2021. The then 21-year-old woman testified that she went drinking with her sister, and their final stop was the bar. Both women were drunk when they left that bar. The complainant decided to sleep at her sister's apartment in southwestern New Providence. The apartment complex was owned by the convict, who was a close friend of the victim's sister. The woman went to the bathroom to throw up and passed out on the floor. She woke after hearing grunting noises and saw the convict on top of her. The woman passed out again. When she woke up, she saw Wilson buckling his pants. She testified that she was too drunk to resist or fight back. In determining an appropriate sentence, Justice Renee McKay noted that Wilson took advantage of a woman in a vulnerable state. A jury hearing the trial of two men accused of a triple shooting that killed one man was discharged yesterday after the matter was withdrawn. Prosecutors alleged that Deron DeVoe and Wesley Delhomme were responsible for the May 28, 2019 murder of James Dale and the attempted murders of Kevin Tullisnord and Calvin Garsonville. The shooting took place at Raymond Road. DeVoe and Delhomme denied the charges at their trial before Justice Wilhelmina Archer Mins. The matter was withdrawn on instructions from the Director of Public Prosecutions. And 4 people are vying for the PLP nomination in Long Island. That's according to the party's chairman, Fred Mitchell. Mitchell says Renika Knowles, Avery Gomez, Peter Cartwright, and Senator Tyrell Young are looking for the nod. With the general election due next year, Mitchell said the PLP feels good about its chances in the constituency, which has been an F&M stronghold for decades. And a new study by 2 Bahamian researchers is to be an effective treatment for suicidal thoughts and attempts. The findings are laid out in a new research paper called Community-Based Treatment of Suicide, the Family People Helping People Project, written by researcher Catherine Farrington and noted psychiatrist Dr. David Allen. In their paper, Farrington and Allen noted that suicide is heavily stigmatized and is often not spoken about in the Bahamas. Suicides in the Bahamas have been on the rise. Overseas, 20 Palestinians killed today in the crush of a crowd at a food distribution site run by an Israeli-backed American organization in the Gaza Strip. It's the first time it has acknowledged deadly violence at its operations. The deaths came as Israeli strikes killed 41 others, including 11 children, according to hospital officials. The Gaza Humanitarian Fund accused the Hamas militant group of fomenting panic and spreading misinformation that led to the violence, though it provided no evidence to support the claim. It said 19 people were trampled in a stampede, and one person was fatally stabbed at a hub in the southern Gaza Strip of Khan Yunis. Gaza's health ministry and witnesses said against the crowd, inciting a panic. The ministry said that it was the first time people have been killed by a stampede at the aid sites. It was also the first time that GHF confirmed deaths at one of its distribution sites, although Palestinian witnesses, health officials, and UN agencies say hundreds of people have been killed while heading to the hubs to get food. Meanwhile, clashes raged in the southern Syrian city of Swida today after a ceasefire between government forces and Druze armed groups collapsed, and as Israel threatened to escalate its involvement, saying it's in support of the Druze religious minority. Meanwhile, the Israeli army said it struck near the entrance of the Syrian Ministry of Defense in Damascus. Israel has launched a series of airstrikes on convoys of government forces in southern Syria since the clashes erupted, and has beefed up forces on the border. And a Cuban minister who sparked criticism after saying that there are no beggars in Cuba, only people disguised as such, has resigned. Cuba's presidency saying in a post on X, formerly Twitter, that Minister of Labor and Social Security, Marta Elena Feito, covered errors and submitted her resignation. Feito made the comments Monday before deputies in the National Assembly Committee. The comments went viral, prompting calls for her impeachment and a wave of criticism in a country experiencing a tough economic situation in recent years. Even Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel was critical, without mentioning her by name, but referring to the meeting at the National Assembly Committee where Feito participated. Diaz-Canel said on his Twitter, his X account, quote, "The lack of sensitivity in addressing vulnerability is highly questionable. The revolution cannot leave anyone behind. That is our motto, our militant responsibility." The economic crisis in Cuba has increased social vulnerability and led to unusual scenes for the island, such as people, especially the elderly, begging or scattering garbage, or some cleaning windshields at corners. And more on that drug deal that went badly in Haiti. 3 suspected drug traffickers killed in an exchange of fire as police in Haiti confiscated more than 2,300 pounds of cocaine aboard a boat. In a rare drug seizure in the troubled Caribbean country, the police raid took place off the coast of northern Haiti near Tortue Island, where traffickers are suspected of transferring drugs. Port-de-Paix prosecutor Pierre telling Radio Caribbe's Tuesday that police have long postponed any action at that location because of a lack of resources, but noted that a regional police director requested recently a boat to use around Tortue Island, saying that they've had the area in their sights for a long time. On Sunday, and ordered the suspects aboard to raise their hands, but they apparently did not comply and instead opened fire at the officers, according to Pierre. Officers returned fire, with 2 suspected drug traffickers jumping into the ocean and later dying. A 3rd suspected drug trafficker died on shore, while a 4th one from the Bahamas was injured and later arrested. Police saying on X, formerly Twitter, that one of the suspects who died was a man from Jamaica. Pierre said no Haitian police officers were injured. The U.S. government has previously noted that powerful people in Haiti are involved in the country's drug trade. In August 2024, the U.S. Treasury Department sanctioned former Haitian President Michel Martelly, accusing him of abusing his influence to facilitate the trafficking of drugs, including cocaine, destined for the U.S. It's time for sports, brought to you by Kalik. The Bahamas' senior men's national volleyball team will look to place in the top 3 of the 2025 Caribbean Zonal Volleyball Association Senior Championships, known as CAZOVA. That's set for August 14th through 23rd at the Kendall Isaacs National Gymnasium here in New Providence. A total of 8 men's teams and 7 women's teams will compete, representing the host country, Bahamas, along with Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, Barbados, Aruba, Guadeloupe, Curacao, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. The Bahamas will be hosting the event for the first time since 2006, and veteran national team member Mary Hepburn and Kyle Wilson are looking forward to putting their best feet forward on home soil. Read more about it in today's Guardian Sports section. And from the WNBA, professional player Jonquel J.J. Jones is slowly working her way back from a nagging ankle injury that has kept her on the sidelines for the New York Liberty since late June. The Grand Bahamian center re-aggravated a previous ankle injury in the New York Liberty's 89-81 loss to the Phoenix Mercury in Brooklyn on June 19th. She sustained the injury at the 8:35 mark of the second quarter. Since then, the 2024 WNBA MVP, the finals MVP, has been recuperating. She participated in 5-on-5 action for the first time since re-injuring the ankle last Saturday. It was Jones' second time missing action this season due to injury. The 31-year-old initially hurt her ankle in the Liberty's 86-78 victory over the Washington Mystics on June 5th. She briefly returned to action before re-aggravating the injury later in the month. For Major League Baseball, Kyle Schwarber was nervous. He had played in Game 7 of the World Series, homered for the United States in the World Baseball Classic, but he had never walked up to the plate in an all-star game swing-off. No one ever had. Schwarber earned the MVP award going 0 for 2 with a walk as the NL, the National League, won for the second time in the last 12 tries. Picture MVP without a hit. Schwarber homered on all 3 of his swings, going down to his left knee on the final one to overcome a 2-homer deficit that held up when Jonathan Aranda fell short in the American League's final 3 swings, giving the National League a 4-3 swing-off win after a 6-6 tie in Tuesday night, in which it wasted a 6-run 7th-inning lead. In baseball's equivalent of soccer penalty kick shootout, so the game was decided by having 3 batters from each league take 3 swings each off coaches. Players from both teams stood outside the dugout, some already in street clothes, jumping and shouting after each long ball from their side. Rookie Rooker put up the American on his last 2 swings and Stores hit 1. Randy Arozarena boosted the AL lead to 3-1, but again, the National League would prevail. And from soccer had a fierce reckoning with heat at the recently concluded FIFA Club World Cup in the United States, a sweltering preview of what players and fans might face the World Cup along with Mexico and Canada next summer. With temperatures rising worldwide, scientists warn that staging the World Cup and other soccer tournaments in the Northern Hemisphere during summer is getting increasingly dangerous for both players and spectators. Some suggest that FIFA may have to consider adjusting the soccer schedule to reduce the risk of heat-related illnesses. Climate change affecting everything now. That's sports, brought to you by Kalik, the beer of the Bahamas. And Pop the Top is back and bigger than ever, giving away up to $200,000 in cash and prizes. Purchase your favorite Kalik beer and look under the cap. You could be a winner. Free Kalik beer, free cash could be yours just for drinking Kalik. Kalik reminds you to drink responsibly, babe. Got your first look at weather. Remains across the islands, while an upper-level low combined with streaming tropical moisture will support some shower activity across the country today. A strong pressure gradient will produce moderate to strong breezes through the end of the week. Streaming moisture is expected to continue to support isolated showers and possible thunderstorms into Thursday. Then drier conditions will continue through the weekend. There is a moderate to high risk of rip currents affecting east and south coast beaches across all areas. And everyone's being advised to remain hydrated, wear loose-fitting clothing and sunscreen while outdoors. Take frequent breaks and hydrate. I said that already. As UV and heat indices are expected to be in the very high range and triple digits. For today, partly cloudy conditions through tonight. A bit windy for the northwest Bahamas, breezy for the central and southeast Bahamas. We've got a 30 to 40% chance of isolated showers and thunderstorms for the northern and northwest Bahamas. 20% chance for isolated showers in the central and southeastern islands. Wind southeast at 15 to 20 knots, falling to 10 to 15 knots by midday for the extreme northern islands. Southeast at 15 to 20 knots, falling to 10 to 15 by midday for the northwest islands as well. And east to southeast at 15 to 20 knots or 25 knots for the central and southeast Bahamas. Look for high temperatures around 91 Fahrenheit, 32 Celsius. Index will make you feel like it's 101 Fahrenheit, about 38 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to around 79 Fahrenheit, 26 Celsius. That's your first look at weather this morning. We'll have your extended outlook and look at the tropics coming up in just a bit.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the
You're listening to Morning Blend. When we come back, we're discussing the day's top stories right here on your home for fresh news and smart talk all day. Guardian Radio 96.9.
It's a new day. Wake up. It's a new day. Wake up. It's a new
Planning for retirement can be overwhelming, but with CFAL, it doesn't have to be. We offer tailor-made individual, group, and pension solutions that take the guesswork out of retirement planning. Whether it's for you or your company, don't leave your future to chance and let the trusted hands of CFAL's experts guide you toward peace of mind and financial stability. Low upfront costs and affordable monthly payments make it easy for you to build wealth so you can live well. Visit us at cfal.com to start on your path toward financial freedom. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
Nassau Cruise Port, Kalik and Ricardo Rum presents the Made in the Bahamas Festival. Join us on Saturday, July the 19th to 12 a.m. for a cultural affair hosted by Kenny and the Mighty Pencil. Get ready for live performances by Avi, Fan Sean, Ancient Man, and more. Plus music by the best DJs. Enjoy entertainment by the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band, a Junkanoo Rush Out, giveaways, and tasty Bahamian food. Admission is only $10, so don't miss out. Drink responsibly and celebrate proudly.
Wake up, it's a new day.
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Looking to elevate your gadget game, or a tech trouble simply slowing you down? Escape to a world of innovation at Custom Computers, your go-to store for the latest cutting-edge tech. Whether you need to upgrade your life with the best from Apple and Windows, or your device needs a little TLC, the Custom Computers Know-How Store is the destination for unbeatable expertise and quality repairs. With 2 convenient locations, there's a Custom Computers near you on Patton Street in Palmdale and Caves Village, or call 396-1100.
As a local Bahamian bank, We believe that Bahamian businesses are the backbone of our society. At Fidelity, we proudly fuel the dreams of our local entrepreneurs looking to expand. Ready to apply for a Fidelity commercial loan today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
At Cleveland Clinic, care is everything. So when your primary purpose is to care for the world, you'd start with your community until you're accessible anywhere. You make complexities your specialties and put compassion before anything else, all to redefine what's possible. For everyone, everywhere. For every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and car body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day.
We are back with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. We're streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. Also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas, Channel 969. And BTC Flow, Channel 612. You can tweet us at MorningBlend969 or Facebook.com/MorningBlend969. Text us 422-4796. Standard text rate supply. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan. Joining me now, Chester Robards. Chester Robards, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, I don't know what that look is about. Are you okay, sir?
I'm fine.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Okay. Hey, we got a lot to talk about this morning, including Water and Sewage Corporation. They're going to be here with us. They just celebrated their 49th anniversary yesterday. There's a lot going on. They're getting closer to monthly billing. They've got a big project.
More billing?
More things. They've got
okay.
that Joe Farrington Road project they're working on, and other things to save water and money, hopefully.
They were just on with you like a month ago, eh?
To talk about the Joe Farrington Road project,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So busy. Busy. Later in business, our monthly series with Bristol Wines and Spirits, and I'm having a rough week, so this is going to be really good to see them today because we love them.
Absolutely.
Right. What do you think I meant?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Potentially wine?
Maybe.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that this morning. That's all ahead. But there is a lot to talk about in the news. And in the news, I feel it. I feel like I'm going to get a lot of people annoyed today with the things I'm going to say. I'm going to annoy people, and I apologize ahead.
How would that be different from any other day?
It's going to be worse today. I'm in a mood, and I'm getting angry by the things I'm seeing in the country and in the world, in the universe. So today, boy, I'm not going to be able to
vent today.
Yeah. It could be that day. So we'll get back to this, though. The headline in the National Guardian, U.S. to increase tariffs on Caribbean exports. Is this on top of the 10% that he did across the planet on everybody outside the U.S.? This is...
No, I think he's increasing it above the 10%.
So, right, that's what I'm saying.
Not adding an extra 10%.
No, but on top of the 10%. Right. So it'll be more than 10%.
Right.
Right, on what he already said he was going to do. Isn't that just fantastic? Mm-hmm. We'll come back to that in a second. I am very curious, though. So we read to you what the Associated Press is saying about that drug bust in Haiti. Right? I'll read that again if you missed it. But as I pull that up, I don't understand this. And I know a couple of these people are Bahamians. But this is a drug bust.
Couple?
Yeah, not all. I don't understand why the other paper has this giant, stupid headline and these pictures of these people like this. I don't get it. And I know that's people's families, and you probably love them. But they're drug dealers, traffickers maybe. And I would be saying this if this were my family too. I would. I definitely would. Mm-hmm. And I think people, unless you've had people who've died because of drugs, overdosed or became addicts and their life just deteriorated, I guess you won't understand how the celebration of drug dealers in this country is sickening. It really is ridiculous. But I'm not sure what's going on.
The headline
here.
and the pictures suggests...
No, everything. It just is kind of weird. Like, these like Defense Force officers, are they heroes? What is this? What is this? I mean, I'm not. It deserves coverage. This feels kind of strange.
If it bleeds, it leads.
I don't know.
Some papers.
I mean, it's definitely going to attract a lot of attention.
Of course it is.
I guess. But the way how some people have been talking about it, some members of the public, it's like we lost some of our good boys or something.
Oh, wait, where you see that?
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of that.
Like, what did they do? This is not right. Wow. All right, so let's read what the.
But we do glorify ill-gotten gains in the country for sure. For sure.
That's a great way to put it. But maybe you see it differently. Let me know. Let me know how you see this. So I'll read again from the Associated Press. 3 suspected drug traffickers were killed in an exchange of fire as police in Haiti confiscated more than 2,300 pounds of cocaine, officials said Tuesday, in a rare drug seizure in the troubled Caribbean country, because it got other things they're concerned about, it seems. Mm-hmm. The police raid took place off the coast of northern Haiti near Tortue Island, where traffickers are suspected of transferring drugs. According to the Port-de-Paix prosecutor, Pierre told the police, or he said police, have long postponed any action at that location because of a lack of resources, but noted that a regional police director recently requested a boat to use around Tortue Island. I saw something the other day called it Torture Island. I said, well, that's a place you shouldn't go, but it's Tortue.
When I first saw the word, I thought it was that too. It looked good.
My gosh. Anyway, police approached a suspected drug trafficking boat on Sunday and ordered the suspects aboard to raise their hands, but they did not comply and instead opened fire at the officers, according to Pierre. Officers returned fire, with 2 suspected drug traffickers jumping into the ocean and later dying. A 3rd suspected drug trafficker died on shore, while a 4th one from the Bahamas was injured and later arrested. One of the suspects who died was a man from Jamaica. Pierre said no Haitian officers were injured. Wow. Okay. Let's get your reaction really quickly to this. Don't want to spend too much time on this one. But 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Call us toll free, 242-300-5720. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Dwight.
Hi, good morning.
And good morning, Chester.
Good morning.
Hey, Dwight and Chester. Well, I understand how you feel about but drug dealing in this country, Dwight, was going unabated for the last few years. Escalated, right? Because we on the ground was telling the authorities in this country where the drugs where most of the drugs are coming from, especially cocaine, because the Bahamas one time used to be the hub for cocaine. That ain't the case no more. Haiti is the hub for cocaine, and then we have leaders and we have leaders that would just pretend that nothing is happening, right? But Dwight, I mean, we need to let people know who these people are, because too much.
Haiti is the hub for cocaine.
Yeah, man. For cocaine. I mean, today that's where the Colombian dealers them going to drop off their shipment, so that get reached the America, man, Dwight, man. They ain't doing it in the Bahamas no more, because why? Too much people in the Bahamas you can't trust, and it.
What's happening? You're breaking up.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah.
Yes. And the greed level is even more high in the Bahamas, so they had to move out of the Bahamas, Dwight. But the Bahamas, Dwight, crime pays. Crime literally pays, Dwight. You could imagine you allegedly had things attached to you for trafficking, and now you could be what you call it. You could be getting an award. And then on the other side, you could be advocating to become a member of parliament. The Bahamas is a crime-infested nation, and crime pay. Once you was a criminal in the Bahamas, Dwight, there's a pathway to the top in this country for you. Have a nice day.
Wow, thank you very much. Okay.
And the thing about it is everybody's who it is. Right. You could just randomly see someone on the side of the road and somebody say, "Oh, that's that old drug boy." Everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
And I'm not talking about a young drug boy. I'm about like gray man. Yeah. Oh yeah, he used to be one big one.
Everybody knows the drug people. Everybody knows who's beating their wives. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
But yet nothing's happening.
Yeah.
Everybody knows everything.
Which speaks
but nothing's happening.
Volumes.
Yeah. Let's take another call. Caller, good morning. You are live on the air.
Good morning, Cousin Dwight.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Chester.
Good morning.
This is Nana Boy, GNN. You back from Africa here, Chester?
Dwight wouldn't think so.
Oh, okay. Boy, because you sound much clearer. You sound closer.
Thanks.
You see? But Dwight.
He's wearing, what is this called? It's
an African print shirt. I don't know.
African print shirt.
That's good, man. That's good. I like those. You call
It's very
nice. That's cheeky. My mommy used to make them for us when we was young boys around here with jeans.
The one he has on is nice. I like the one he has on. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. But Dwight, Nana say, if you haven't, with the crows been found, you would have been home all safe and sound. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. That's all Nana Boy got to say on the drug incident. But I called saying that a person yesterday on Guardian Radio sent in a text to find out some information that I gave several weeks ago, and I want you to give me 2 seconds to explain to them this information. In 1997, for the texter who said Nana Boy lie about Andres, in 1997, Tommy Turnquest was elected the Minister of Works for the Free National Movement and served the term from 97 to 2002. During his tenure in 2000, the bridge at Andres was hit by a vessel, which left the integrity of the structure questionable. So subsequently, the bridge and adjacent roadways that connected to the bridge was closed. It was closed in Fresh Creek, and the repairs began. I don't think it was open until 2001, reopened 2001, 2002. That was Tommy Turnquest. And the way that the Androsians got from one part to the next was they chartered a ferry to take them from one side to the next. So those of you, Mr. Lang, and all of y'all on the Texas who saying GNN don't know what he's talking about, I tell you all, take your head out of the sun and do your research. It is right there on the worldwide internet. Fresh Creek Bridge closed in 2000. Thanks, Dwight, for letting me share.
Okay, all right. Hopefully that settles whatever debate has been going on. And thank you for leaving me out of it. Okay, so
you just
okay, so let's get back to this. Remember how well we do when there's a Republican president. Remember?
Well,
remember all those people used to say that?
Republican presidents have kind of been one thing. Donald Trump is an entity of his own.
But also, that wasn't true either.
Right. That too, but I'm just saying.
But, but sure. All right, Travis Cartwright Carroll writing about this. U.S. to increase tariffs on Caribbean exports. The United States government intends to increase tariffs on exports from the Caribbean and Africa. According to U.S. President Donald Trump, in recent days, Trump has been writing letters to foreign leaders informing them of increased tariff rates. When asked about the letters yesterday, Trump said he was, quote, very happy with the deals the way they are. When asked which countries he was referring to, U.S. Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick, who was next to Trump, chimed in saying, quote, Caribbean countries, a huge amount of countries that are small, and the president's just going to deal with them sort of the way he thinks is the right way to deal with them.
People end up talking just like Donald Trump when they run.
Trump interjected, quote, we'll probably set one tariff for all of them. Probably a little over 10%.
Probably.
Slap it on all of them, even if they only export air.
We're still playing with it.
Yeah.
We're not sure yet.
In April, Trump announced a % base rate tariff on exports to the United States from more than 100 countries, including the Bahamas. Other countries were hit with higher rates. The Bahamas National Statistical Institute reported that exports to the United States in the fourth quarter of 2024 totaled $144,373,611. This compares to $93,687,560 in the fourth quarter of 2023. So exports went up. What impact will it have now? I don't know. Exports from the Bahamas, United States, in the first quarter of 2024 totaled $44,053,347. Exports in the second quarter were $162,075,133, and exports in the fourth quarter were $84,253,103.
Our exports are weird.
Yeah, because that's up and down, up and down, up and down.
Well, also, one of the big ticket items is being exported is like re-exported items. So like machinery that, let's use Pike, for example. They bring their trucks here. Now they got to carry them back to the States. They got to pay.
That counts as that?
Yeah, apparently for some reason. I don't know.
That's crazy. The major categories of exports consisted mainly of miscellaneous manufactured articles totaling $57 million, food and live animals totaling $39 million, machinery and transport equipment totaling $25 million. Mineral fuels, lubricants, and related materials, animal and vegetable oils and fats, and manufactured goods classified chiefly by materials decreased 61%, 36%, and 4% respectively, if you can remember what I was saying just now. Wow. So we will see how this goes. We'll see how this goes, but very interesting. Interesting there. And that's that. Can you do anything about it?
Nope.
No. Can you negotiate it down? I mean, some people negotiated. Is that just it? It's going to be, the base is 10%. You can't get any lower than that?
For now.
I guess so. Yeah. Let's take this call.
Yeah, wait 3.5 more years.
Or maybe 3.5 months. Maybe he might change his mind. I don't know.
Who knows?
Good morning, caller. What say you? All right, call us back. 323-6232. 325-4316. 325-4259. Oh, my goodness. This keeps happening. So we need to get an economist in here to explain things to people. So this person says here, question, do we still have tariffs on vehicles coming from the United States? But we're mad if they impose tariffs. You just don't understand what this is and how this works, which is very, very sad. That is not done to to encourage you to buy local vehicles. It's not done and that's all vehicles. It doesn't matter if it's from the United States. It's all vehicles, right? Or if it's hybrids, it'll be lower and whatever. But it's not an impediment in any way, shape, or form, right? It's not the same. They don't care. You're still going to buy the vehicle. It's not like anyone's saying, I'm not buying a car because the duty is 20, 65% or whatever. No one's saying that. It's not a punishment. This is how the government is able to do what it needs to do. The U.S. is not like saying, hey, you need to lower the duty on these things because we know someone's buying our stuff anymore. No, Bahamians have not stopped buying anything with duties going up or down.
I think, but the Trump administration has done this to people's brains, making them think that them raising tariffs on countries, imports from countries, is somehow like really devastating for those countries and the people of those countries, when it's devastating for them in the U.S. Because they pay that rate for things coming into the country, which is why you hear stories of people, when he started to change the rates, trying to import as much as they could before they went into effect, so that the price would be cheaper.
Yeah, but how do we get Bahamians to understand that this is not an apples to apples comparison here?
You mean what we do in terms of duty and tariffs,
right?
Versus
Now,
them.
Perhaps if we had, I think, what is something we manufacture?
We don't manufacture anything.
There's nothing
our
of
exports
significance.
is like spiny lobster.
If we manufactured something and the duty from one country, which is, we don't do that, we just do it across the board.
Right.
Country for their stuff would be 100%, that would be unfair. But what we do is everything across the board, everything from outside. And that's different. That's very different. But we don't even do that.
Right.
There are few things, but it's really, I want to say mattresses, but that's a little bit different.
But they don't export them, do they?
No. But I mean, for imports, it's still not the best example. But to look at what we do compared to what they're doing right now, it's very different. Very, very, very different. Yeah. And again, the U.S. is not trying to get the government to ever drop the tariffs on anything.
Right.
Can't imagine. Although
why? I mean,
although they
might,
maybe, like maybe they'll. I mean,
that would make more sense than to raise. No, but see, they keep talking about the trade deficit between countries.
Right.
Oh, it's so big. Raise the rates on the stuff they export. That don't make sense.
Well, maybe we should do it. No, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But perhaps there would be more people buying U.S. vehicles if there were no.
There would
duty.
be a ton more. It would actually make more sense
It
to
would make more
lobby the countries near to the U.S. to lower their tariff rates on U.S. goods. But the country ain't gonna be making no money. What's the incentive?
But people would be less inclined to buy used vehicles.
Maybe they'll invest more.
Who, the Americans?
Yeah. Buy more of our stuff.
We could throw all these things on the table. We have some economists come in here and we'll throw it all out there. What would happen if we did this? What would happen if we got rid of all duties? What if we raised VAT only? I don't know. Just have it on the table.
Yeah.
Let's hear from you. Good morning. What say you on this?
Dwight.
Hi.
Yeah, Nana boy, I got to call back to contribute towards your show now. You allowed me to clear up some stuff. Let me contribute towards the show.
Okay.
I could take it way back to its inception. A lot of Bahamians always talk about old Americans getting in our business and stuff like that. You all better stand by the Americans, yeah? Because 90% of our stuff comes from America. Your cars, come from America. You understand? Those substandard cars and this and that would come from China. Let me tell you why Donald Trump doing what he doing. China has tentacles. That's like a 12-tentacle octopus. China got sending oodles and noodles and them things all over the world. You understand? Undercutting the Americans. China is the biggest, the largest purveyor of intellectual property theft in the world. See, Trump can't say that part of it. They will steal Coca-Cola and they can duplicate that. They will steal Dwight car and they can duplicate that and they ain't paying the price. What they doing is they undercutting the Americans and all the other people by duplicating things in China. You could go to China and you could get a Mahatma rice, but that ain't the same thing. That's plastic rice. So what Trump is doing, since they doing it like that, Trump is overtaxing them. And anybody who deals with Chinese, all them noodles, this weekend home in they little bag, Trump taxing you too. That is the crux of the matter. China steals intellectual property. Now, I wish C. Allen or 52 of them could call and further expand on that. That's why all this thing happening. Thanks, Dwight, for letting Grimy Boy share.
We actually think you're wrong about that. I mean, the intellectual property stuff, a lot of people are doing that.
Yeah.
But there's tariffs happening to all the other little countries. That's not it.
Also, the double-edged sword of China is how much does the U.S. depend on Chinese imports as well? Heavily.
Oh my gosh, I think they could collapse.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, and it's not the cars that we get are mainly Japanese cars, but the stuff that you talked about coming from the U.S., check and see where it was actually manufactured, though.
Right.
Right. So
you hear the iPhone debate all the time.
Right. Yeah. It's so many things, even clothes.
Just go look at their how much the U.S. owes them.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what this does to the exports. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting. You know what else is interesting? BGC, Bahamas Grid Company. We're learning more from them than we do from the government, which is maybe we should just bypass the government and go straight to them. Man. So they're giving you an update.
I mean, they are a private company, right?
Mm-hmm. On what they've been doing, the power system upgrades in your province. Have we found out anything about their deal yet? Is it even finalized yet?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right. So our Rachel Scott writing about it. So BGC said yesterday that the first 3 months of their grid modernization efforts have led to a 73% reduction in power outages on New Providence. In a press release, the company said the installation of smart grid technology increased automation and responsiveness. To date, 47 interrupters, pulse closer fault interrupters, have been installed at strategic locations throughout New Providence. These devices detect and isolate faults in real time dramatically. The company said the installations have prevented 182 potential outages this year, which would have caused over 170,000 service interruptions among the 48,000 customers living along the affected circuits. So that's pretty good. Mm-hmm. No?
Sure. I don't know.
Yeah?
What I think it's sad is Bahamas Grid, a company with Bahamian investors and one that's operating in the country. While, yes, it's nice that they're putting out information, why do we have to go find it on a U.S. website?
Oh, this was again like that?
PR Newswire is where that
again?
was.
They didn't release that to the Bahamian people?
Was it in your email? Did somebody email it to you?
No, of course
It was the link we got was PR Newswire.
Oh my, wow.
And public relations is a protected industry in this country. I don't know why the public relations people here don't kick up a stink about that more. But plenty U.S. public relations firms working for some of these big companies here.
Interesting.
I don't even answer their emails, I could be honest, in some instances. Before my employers think I don't.
So
it's a protected industry. Go find yourself a nice little PR firm here so that you could interact with us properly.
So foreign companies are taking over everything.
Long time.
Every
Even your government uses foreign PR.
Wow. Well,
And your political parties.
Well, as the first caller said, nobody trusts Bahamians or anything. So
What is it? They don't want them in their business. Is that what it is?
Run your drugs through the country anymore, apparently. According to the caller, you got to choose alternate sites. So Thank goodness for the foreign PR, I guess. I don't know. We would know nothing.
I hope maybe they have an in-house local PR person.
Who?
Even so.
Who's they?
BGC.
The only thing local they have is Bahamas in there.
and Bahamian money invested.
But thank goodness we're learning from them about what's
I
going on.
appreciate yes.
Because we
Fine.
don't know anything else.
Fine.
We don't even know if the deal's finalized, but they're doing lots of work.
Yeah.
And the pike trucks are all over the place.
Yeah.
But so we're happy the power's not going off as much. So that's great.
Do they have
why
to run
does
it?
my voice sound like I'm angry? I don't know.
Do you think they have to run it through BPL before they put out this information, or the government?
That's a good question. What do you make of it, folks? I guess just shut up and be happy. The power's on.
Because but to be honest, you mentioning Inteliruptors and all this stuff. We have no idea what that
Not
is.
a
We got to
clue.
go look it up.
That could be a robot.
So
It
if you
could be an
came
AI.
and actually talked to us and said, okay, we put this in place and this is what this does and this is how it protects your home and your system, that's better than PR Newswire.
Wasn't an Inteliruptor part of Star Wars? No, that's something else. Caller, good morning. What say you?
Good morning to each of you.
Hi.
Well, the Inteliruptors, we have a lot of those in Grand Bahama.
But your power is always
problem-
going off.
Yeah, our problem is generation, not transmission and distribution. That's
I
why
see.
it's important for you to know the three different things of it. But it basically kind of like a switch that pulse, the isolate pulse and stuff that goes down the line. And if you do lose something, you get redirected. And this is why it's important for them to tell us exactly what they're doing all around New Providence. Because also, if you look at exactly what they're doing, then you just have to question why it hadn't been done for decades before. It's something I've been screaming on your show for 10 years, but it's not rocket science. So just to let you know, this information is not for you guys. This is for them and they're preparing for their financing or whatever it is done. But when you consider the perspective that we need $2 billion to effectively fit the grid, just imagine, look at what 100 million has done so far. And you could actually just imagine the type of grid you would have if you would actually spend the money that we need to fix it for the 21st century.
My goodness.
But just let me say that GNN is absolutely correct. And he may not explain it as eloquently as needed to be. But in respect to the fact that this does involve intellectual property. But when you're shipping to the person that owns the intellectual property, you would meet their requirements, but you don't necessarily have to meet 100% of those requirements when you're going to someplace else or making knockoffs for a particular market. Because in the U.S. they have a team that does nothing but intercept counterfeits and knockoffs of intellectual property. Right? Have you ever heard of Germany, France, United Kingdom, Spain, Mexico, Indonesia, Netherlands, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Switzerland, Poland, etc.? If you've heard about these different things, and we talk about diversifying our economy and trading with individuals, there is 10 states in the United States that is just as big as all of them. California matches Germany economy, Texas matches France economy, New York matches United Kingdom economy, Florida matches Spain economy, Illinois matches Mexico economy, Pennsylvania matches Indonesia economy. And so what I'm simply saying is that our trade strategy is not where it looks at the full picture of where we are in the 21st century and technology and the ability to act as man in the middle. And we can, if the United States is not producing, but all of those companies in the United States are selling billions and trillions of things around the world, we could do the same thing without even violating intellectual property by being in the man in the middle. Remember, these are almost $1 trillion economies. Those 10 things I told you, they run between $850 billion to well over $4 trillion. So that means there's opportunities. So I've adopted the localization of merchant class, rather than looking at the full prospect offered to us by training and preparation to act as man in the middle all around the world.
Okay.
And that's because what we do is keep perpetrating what we've learned. So you learn one thing and you never expand your knowledge base. So you keep repeating it even though it's bringing diminished returns.
All right,
So-
thank you very much. Let's see if we can squeeze this in really quickly, calling about 30 seconds. Are you there?
I'm right here.
Hi.
Dwight, if you're familiar with on a stairway where you have a switch at the bottom of the stairs that could control the light in the stairway and also a switch at the top. You familiar with that setup?
Yes.
Good. Imagine now when you have a fault with one of the switches, like the one up top, will that fault to be detected and just let the power come from the switch to the bottom. That's the interrupter. It's like a latch-in relay, which is a very, very old tool. And like C. Allen said, why haven't they used it before?
Interesting.
But, you know, it works good on a stable grid.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it right there.
Well, I appreciate that. Okay, so this texter, back to tariffs. This person explains it pretty well. Trump placed the tariffs to offset trade surpluses and to get countries to reduce tariffs on U.S. products, but we impose tariffs, duties, to raise revenue. Yeah,
Right.
It's a very different thing, and it doesn't affect them much. It seems nobody stops buying whether the government raises or lowers a tariff, a duty. You're still going to buy it. You might rush to get it before the budget year changes or something, but you're going to buy it no matter what.
Or you find it at a cheaper
smuggle it in, apparently, since we're so criminally minded. Right. We got to go to the news. We'll be back. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
Welcome back to Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. We're streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas, Channel 969, and BTC Flow, Channel 612. You can tweet us at or Facebook.com/MorningBlend969. Text us 422-4796. And now at 8:25, it's time for another check of your weather for today, brought to you by Star General Insurance Made Simple. Here's what's going on. We've got high pressure across the islands, while an upper level low combined with streaming tropical moisture, that's going to support some shower activity throughout the islands today. A strong pressure gradient will produce moderate to strong breezes over the area, and that will continue through to the end of the week. And some streaming moisture is expected to continue to support isolated showers, possible thunderstorms into Thursday, followed by drier conditions throughout the weekend. For today, there's a moderate to high risk of rip currents along east and south coast beaches, and heat indices and UV indices expected to be in the high range today as well. More on that in just a bit. But for today, your forecast for the northern and northwest Bahamas, partly cloudy through tonight, a bit windy for the rest of the northwestern islands. For the central southeast Bahamas, variably cloudy and breezy. We've got a 30 to 40% chance of showers for the northern and northwest Bahamas, and 20% chance for the rest of the country. Temperatures today, highs around 90, 91 Fahrenheit, 32 Celsius. For the heat index, will make it feel like it's 100 and 101 Fahrenheit, 36, 37, 38 Celsius. Overnight, about 79 Fahrenheit, 26 Celsius. In your extended outlook for Thursday, partly cloudy to cloudy, turning mostly fair at night across the northern and northwest Bahamas. Partly sunny, turning mostly fair at night for the central and southeastern islands. Still a 20 to 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms across the northern Bahamas. 10 to 20% chance across the rest of the country. By Friday, partly to mostly sunny, turning mostly fair at night. That pattern will hold for Saturday, and then a mix of sun and clouds for Monday, becoming occasionally overcast by Sunday night into Monday. So the tropics, we are still watching that area now in the northeastern Gulf of Mexico. The surface observations indicate that a broad area of low pressure continues to move westwards across the Florida panhandle and is producing disorganized shower and thunderstorm activity, mainly south of its center. Regardless of development, heavy rainfall could produce localized flooding over portions of Florida through today. Heavy rainfall could cause flash flooding for portions of the north central Gulf Coast, beginning late today and continuing through Friday. Formation chance through 7 days is still about 40%, not expected during the next 7 days. That's your morning blend weather check, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams. Dull walls bringing you down? Well, Sherwin-Williams has the cure. Don't have your place looking toe up. Get that glow up with the superior quality of Sherwin-Williams paints. Got your look at traffic, brought to you by RBC. With RBC, reaching your goals happens here. In real-time traffic, we're seeing some heavy traffic on Milo Butler Highway. Slow moving as you approach the roundabout from south of Fire Trail. But north of that area, in the northbound lanes, heavy traffic all the way up to Tawny Williams Darling Highway. Traffic is backed up a bit along Tawny Williams Darling Highway as well, westbound. And Blue Hill Road, also slow-moving traffic for you near Carmichael and as you approach Independence Drive. But the heavy traffic is on the Independence Drive side, westbound between the roundabouts at East-West Highway and East Street and Blue Hill Road. East Street seeing some slow-moving traffic northbound, just north of Soldier Road on the way to that roundabout with East-West Highway and North Road. And then we've got pockets along Prince Charles Drive at the major intersections like Beatrice Avenue and Soldier Road into Robinson Road. Marathon Road also seeing some slow-moving northbound traffic at this hour. That's your real-time traffic and your morning blend traffic alert, brought to you by RBC. With RBC, your ideas happen here.
Technology is not a choice, it's a necessity. And for businesses that demand excellence, there's only one choice for unparalleled support and cutting-edge technology. Custom Computers. You have challenges and we have solutions. Computing, networking, storage, and printing for enterprises large and small, aligned with premium brands like HP, Microsoft, Konica Minolta, and more. Get tech done the right way with Custom Computers. Call the know-how team at 396-1101.
When can I open my eyes?
Not yet. Okay, open. Do you see what I see?
It just looks like land to me.
It's our land, son. A wise investment that will grow with you.
Invest in land with CIBC Caribbean and we'll give you US $250 towards your valuation cost and 50% off your loan application fee. With CIBC Caribbean Land Financing, you can choose to build on CIBCCaribbean.com to learn more. Conditions apply.
Shell, you home? My gas just gone out. Let me that small barbecue tank you. I tell you, long time. Go get a barbecue tank from Caribbean Gas. They just got a new shipment of tanks of all sizes. Now you know they always just have the best prices. Tell them you heard it on 106.5 FM and they will give you $5 off. Caribbean Gas, 361-6007 or 552-9597. You want to use my phone? Here, call them now.
I don't go with water, I just go to profile with somebody's daughter. I like it, but I ain't the level. Yeah, you should know I'm a Bahamian. Vacation, slide domino, every occasion. If I did it over, I wouldn't change it. 'Cause this is what I love.
Keep going. Don't stop. Wow. Chester Robards. Every Wednesday. Every Wednesday. He's here every Wednesday. Wow. Welcome back to Morning Blend, folks. Dwight Strong along with Chester. What's your stage name?
My stage name used to be Tradition.
Wait, you're not joking right now?
I'm serious.
Oh my God. What was that for?
Poetry.
Tradition?
Yes.
Okay. It's an interesting stage name.
Wow.
Okay. We'll explore that at another time. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to be talking with the Water and Sewage Corporation. They're celebrating their 49th anniversary, and a whole lot more we're going to be talking to them about in just a few. Later, Bristol Wines and Spirits are going to be here, our monthly series with them. All right, so we got a few of your text messages and one more story I want to get to in the news. So this person says here, I'm not an economist, but correct me, is it correct? The end of the day, it'll be the U.S. consumers, or is it us, the consumers, are saying? Us, the consumers, perhaps, around the world, Caribbean, Africa, United States, who will be the ones to pay the extra money on the tariffs? Yeah, it's always the consumers. Prices will go up for everybody, right? So you will feel it. That's always what happens. The consumer always is the one to suffer.
So when salt is exported from here to the U.S., the company is buying it from itself or something. I don't know how that works. After it's manufactured,
salt's going to go up.
Yeah.
And then we
buy it back.
In the
stores. Even though we don't get that much table salt from ourselves.
Hardly
not
ever.
Table salt.
No.
I'm
What?
just saying it doesn't come from here.
You sure? I've seen it on stuff before.
I'm saying not that much.
I got a few quite a few times. Manufactured in the Bahamas. It says that, but it was out of the U.S., which is crazy.
But not manufactured.
I can't remember what it said. I don't know if it said made or manufactured, which is a bit different, right? But it did mention the Bahamas on it.
Oh, okay.
It did mention the Bahamas, and that was in the store, not right. That was from Morton, which came out of the U.S., but said something about the Bahamas on it,
right?
Which is crazy stuff. It passed us by to go up there to come back to us.
You could get plenty island salt from people. You could find. You
really could. I'm
I'm
still
sure.
waiting. A package.
Don't say that, man. But that's the problem. You're waiting on people.
What? So you want me to go get it
No,
myself?
I'm just saying. Well, you could do that too.
I could do that.
But I'm just saying.
I mean,
the problem is waiting. Convenient. Waiting on people is the hard part around here.
Oh yes,
That's what I'm saying.
Because
But when
that
you
was
get it, you
promised
get in
a
a
month
bag.
ago.
You get in a
My last bag lasted me for 5 years.
exactly.
Plenty
sodium,
This is the
bro.
first time I bought salt before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
You don't need to buy salt
No.
out the food store. Not here.
Although you should buy it,
You should.
the Morton salt, because it supports the company that's in the Bahamas. But you don't need to do. It's a complicated thing.
Also, there's
it's very, very
other
strange.
Bahamian salt on store shelves too. So
Yes, indeed. Okay. You just can't win. You just can't win.
we could pack up. We could pack up Managua. We could go somewhere else.
We got other salt lakes too, right?
Exactly.
Anyway, we read that. The person says here, Chester, you write in the business section. Do you know if the Celebration Key is open yet? It's not open yet, right?
Thank you for following us. They have their first ship with passengers on Saturday.
This Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's pretty exciting. How is it affecting the straw market in Freeport? The who? The
so,
what?
so they're not open yet. So which straw market in Freeport now? Number one, you go look at Google Maps and see how far Celebration Key
Very
is
far.
from Freeport proper.
And even far from Lucaya.
Right.
It's far.
Well, it is in Freeport, the area.
What is?
Celebration Key.
Is it?
Yes.
It's not technically.
Yeah. It
You
still
sure?
Is. It still is, apparently.
According to who? I mean, it's in Grand Bahama, but I don't know if you could make
I think it's in Freeport.
Grand Bahamians messages. Is it technically in Freeport? I don't know if that's technically Freeport. It's pretty far out there.
No?
That's,
Maybe not.
That's almost. I mean, that's central Grand Bahama.
Yeah, but Devco is still selling land right there.
I bet.
Isn't that within that area? Anyway, I'm only going by information that I've gotten.
Yeah, it's a little ways.
So I don't know the exact boundaries of Freeport, but apparently it's still inside.
Oh, okay. I mean, I see where the boundary for West Grand Bahama and East Grand Bahama is. So it's still technically West Grand Bahama. So yeah.
Someone could tell us quick, right? I'm sure.
But I mean, it's far.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
it is
want
far.
that to be my drive every day.
Yeah.
From Freeport to that.
So will it is it affecting the straw market? Well, I mean, ships would still be coming
What do they mean by
into
straw
the
market?
port.
They're talking about what by Port Lucaya? Or are they talking
Right,
about
must be talking about
what
Port
was
Lucaya.
the bazaar?
I don't know.
Producer,
I
you
don't
know
know
where
what
the
they're
straw
talking
market
about.
is in Grand Bahama? What straw market?
They must be
There's a
talking
straw
about
market?
Lucaya.
Port Lucaya.
Or
yeah.
is there one
I mean,
closer
that
to
doesn't count.
the cruise port?
They probably mean Port Lucaya.
Port Lucaya? Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, can you write a story about it? That's what they're saying.
Well,
we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if
he
the tours that
says-
they're talking about, that where people will leave Celebration Key, could actually make it to Freeport and back.
My Grand Bahamians. It's Freeport Lucaya.
What is Freeport
I
Lucaya?
guess
Oh,
Celebration
the straw
Key.
market?
Celebration Key. Wait, no, he deleted it.
What?
What's going on?
This is straw market.
No, the story. They deleted the story. I don't know. It's far. Waiting is the ... So wait to see what that says. While we wait on that, just really quickly, I want to mention this. So immigration enforcement should be firm but fair, according to Fernander. That's Bishop Delton Fernander, the president of the Christian Council. Our LaTanya Roberts writing about this. Amid debate over the country's immigration policy, BCC President Bishop Delton Fernander says that the country's immigration laws should be enforced, but with compassion. On Sunday, F&M leader Michael Pintard raised the alarm about the alleged corruption to the country's broken, his word, immigration system. He called on the government to provide details as to why there's been an unexplained surge in the number of people issued NIB cards and a sharp rise in work permits. Minister of National Security Wayne Monroe said in a televised response to Pintard's claims that the country's immigration system is stronger than ever. Well, Fernander is saying that, quote, from the church's perspective, we always err on the side of firm but fair. We want to see our laws enforced, but those who are entitled to go through the process should be done in a timely manner. He says that while people discuss issues surrounding immigration, residents should be wary of rhetoric that supports discrimination. Saying, quote, as a country, we embrace all, but as I said, we must be firm but fair and enforce. We have bad examples of this today. There's a lot of this going on where certain races in places are being treated in certain manners. It's like that's in the world or in the Bahamas? What's that mean?
I mean, everywhere, really. But
Okay. I'm saying to us as Bahamians, let's show the world how to do it right. Let's take care of our laws and let's enforce them, but let's show the kind of care and concern we should to people who need our help, because one day it might be us. Yesterday, a letter circulating on social media by a purported group called the United Association of Haitians Living in the Bahamas called for Haitians to boycott work and take a stand against discrimination. The letter was a fake, though. The United Haitian and Bahamian Association, same words but in different orders, said it had not organized or endorsed any protest by Haitians in the Bahamas. Okay.
What want me to say about that? I've been saying that forever. So.
Yes.
It feels like Bahamians want a lynch mob when you start to talk about immigration. So.
It's very dangerous. Very dangerous talk. You don't need any of that type of talk.
Exactly.
Let's take this call very, very quickly, and then we've got to go to a break. Caller, you're live on the air. Good morning. Hi.
Good morning.
Hi, yes, good morning.
It pertains to the immigration problem. We only have a little dot on the map. I don't know how much more we can take. You know, I am quite sure there's more than them than us. You know, so it's high time we got to do something. Because I honestly and truly think we can't take no more. Thanks for taking my call.
Well, what do you mean by what do you mean? What should be done? What should be done?
I'm not saying it, man. You know, when you see these people coming, they coming in by the boatloads, and then like they coming through the front door.
Are you seeing this yourself, or you're just repeating what people say?
Pardon me?
You're seeing this yourself, or you're just repeating what people say? You're seeing it?
I didn't hear you, sir.
Is it you're saying that they're coming by the boatload and not coming through the front door? I mean, you're seeing this yourself, or you're just repeating what people are saying?
No, I said you can see they're coming by the boatload.
Okay. All right. I hear you. Thank you very much, John. What, where? But
if they come by the boatload, then what? Anyway, we know there's a problem.
We have definitely got to get a handle on any undocumented migration. Absolutely. And we do need to understand the work permit situation.
Are we doing enough? Probably not.
The work permit situation seems to be out of control in many regards. And we do have to question a lot of what's going on. A lot of it is questionable. We've seen some things like there's no reason that there needed to be someone brought in to do this job. No way. No shape, no form. This doesn't make any sense.
Policing unregulated communities, all of that stuff, it's not rocket science. We just need to do a better job at it.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to break. Freeport friends say yes. Celebration Key is still the Freeport Lucaya area. I think that's what you're saying. Really? Okay. Well, that's cool. I hear you. Hey, we'll pick this up another day.
Time.
Yeah.
Maybe bring us to do a live show from Celebration Key one day.
It's a great idea. I don't know if we can get a signal all the way out there. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Stay with us.
I just wrote a profile with somebody daughter. I like to go down. I ain't looking school, but if anybody asks me, Sean tell me do. You should know I'm a Bahamian from the Bahamas. It's the place you vacation. Slam domino every occasion. If I did it over, I wouldn't change it. 'Cause this is what I love. Oh, that's what I love.
Don't shop at Sherwin-Williams then. Don't get the best service in the Bahamas then.
The love is really, really strong in Sherwin-Williams. We don't just sell paint. We service you with a smile, good hearts, mind, soul, and body. And we love our customers as much as we love.
Real talk.
I'm not just saying this
Real talk.
to impress myself.
We love to go beyond with customer service. So they feel delighted to come in Sherwin-Williams because they know I can either see Dee Dee, or I can see Shelly, or one of our other wonderful staff members. We treat our customers with the respect of our boss because there are many paint companies they could choose to go to. No, baby. If they go to some other paint companies, so I'm going to get this little thing at the end of the week.
We want to make sure you get that little ting, Shelley. Come visit Shelley and Dee Dee at Sherwin-Williams Bahamas, and you'll surely find color in every day.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way.
Get ready to catch the thrill and win with Shell. Fuel up with $20 or more and unlock your shot at unforgettable prizes.
We're talking regatta trips to Exuma and Harbor Island.
Free fuel, grocery vouchers, water park passes, and more. Just snap your receipt and WhatsApp it to us at 242-422-0271. The vibes are high, the prizes are hot, and the summer is yours to win with Shell. Only at participating Shell stations in Nassau. Now through August 22nd. Terms and conditions apply.
As a healthcare professional, you dedicate your life to caring for others. But even with the best care, legal challenges can arise. Protect your practice and your peace of mind with medical malpractice insurance from Star General. At Star General, we've partnered with Lloyd's of London to bring you comprehensive professional liability insurance designed specifically for those consulting or practicing privately. Visit our website today so you can focus on what you do best, caring for your patients, while we take care of the rest. Star General, insurance made simple.
Wake up.
It has so many stores, I've been trying to find a sensible way to list them all. There's CBS Bahamas, the Ashai Institute, BENC Snack World, Bamboo Shack Bahamas, there, the Athlete's Foot and BTC, Games and More, John Bull Fine Threads, Alive, Bahari, Dairy Queen, 700 Wines and Spirits, Sandy's Clarkson Island Lock, Starbucks and Lowe's Pharmacy, plus Marco's Pizza and Lorraine. Southwest Plaza, what a wide array of stores. Southwest Plaza, stop by today and explore.
Wendy's and Coca-Cola is giving away up to $25,000 of hot cash this summer. To enter, upgrade any premium combo from 1 through 12 to a medium or a large for your chance to win the grand prize of $10,000. Don't miss your chance to win big this summer. Visit your neighborhood Wendy's, upgrade your favorite lunch combo, and win hot cash. Rules and restrictions apply.
With RBC, your idea of loving every journey happens now. Free up cash with affordable auto financing from RBC. With competitive rates and no bank fees, it's the perfect time to make every journey something special. Apply now to pre-qualify in 60 seconds at rbc.com/auto loan to shop with confidence. Conditions apply. RBC, your idea of loving your journey happens here.
We are back with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan, along with Chester Robards, and they're celebrating their 49th anniversary, Water Source Corporation, and we're happy to have them with us today. We've got manager of the Revenue Enhancement Unit, Danielle Brannon, and we've got manager of the Public Affairs and Marketing Department, Nicolette Eldon. Good to see you all. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. Good morning.
And happy anniversary.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right, so I hope I'm not putting you on the spot, but tell us what 49 years ago. What do we know about it?
Dwight.
Is that
I wasn't born 49 years ago.
I don't think nobody in the room was. Well, maybe one of us was. But
we've come a long way. We've gone from barging water from Andros to now having desalination and reverse osmosis plants.
Mm-hmm.
So we've come a long way. We've set the foundation for the next 50 years to come.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So do we have any idea what that will look like? What does the future of water and in the Bahamas, in the world?
So I would say, I would sum it up in one word, innovation. Mm-hmm. But I believe we're making transformative changes. The team is all about innovation, technology, and I think that's what you can expect to see in the next 50 years.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people understand the water part, obviously, because they got to use it every day. But the sewer part, people don't really get.
I don't know if they don't get or they just don't think about it.
Yeah, maybe it's
that. I think
we
take it for granted.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What should we know about it? What would you want people to know about it?
It's essential, right? What I think one of the most crucial things is sometimes people disconnect from the system, right? They disconnect and they start paying their water bill and forget that they're connected to the sewer system. And the bills accumulate, and that's something we're tackling right now.
Okay.
Is inform. Hey, remember us over here? And that takes us right into, I'll segue into monthly billing, transitioning into monthly billing. One of the things we've noticed is because you pay quarterly, it's one of those bills that you just don't remember. It's not like your mortgage. It's not like your regular utility bill. You simply forget. If you paid, did I pay February? Did I pay March? And I think one of the things that we have to keep in mind is that if you paid, we're not on a calendar quarter. Mm-hmm. So you're not thinking, okay, January, February, March, April, May, June. No, So it's not easy. So that's the reason behind transitioning to monthly billing.
Yeah.
Right.
And when is that going to be? We heard it was going to be around this time. Been pushed back a little bit?
Yep. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, all things being equal, we'll be ready in the fall of this year.
Okay. Yeah. So does the public need to do anything to be prepared?
Absolutely not. We'll, of course, ramp up our public education series to let them know when it's coming, when to expect it. Nothing's changing. Your bill isn't changing. There are no new tariff increases. I think that's important to mention. But it's coming. Monthly billing is coming, and we will inform you.
Yeah. So as a customer, this is one of my concerns. Should I pay off my bill in full before the new system comes in play, or is it going to affect me if I have a balance, or what do you need to know with that?
I think you should pay your bill in full so I could get paid. No, but that leads us into our summer campaign. What are you waiting for? That Daynell is going to touch on. Very
Okay.
exciting summer campaign.
I like that
So,
name, by the way. What are you waiting for?
Yeah, what are you
Chester,
waiting
you
for?
like
Yeah,
those
got it.
puns.
Pun,
You got
yeah,
it?
what are you waiting for?
But it's important to reward our customers for being loyal, for paying. So she's going to tell us all about it.
Daynell, talk right into that mic there. But you can bring it down too, so it's closer to you. Thank you. it's up there in the sky. I don't know why.
Yeah, so Water and Sewage is celebrating 49 years, and we're starting our summer campaign, the What Are You Waiting For campaign. We're encouraging customers to either pay their bills in full, pay for a new connection during our promotional period. The period ends August 22nd, and we'll be doing the drawing on August 25th.
Wow.
Some of the prizes we're giving away will be the grand prize of the outdoor grill, Baja Bay passes, as well as Blue Lagoon tickets.
Excellent.
We're encouraging all residential customers particularly to pay their bills in full. And then we also have another campaign running as well. It's the Reconnect and Save campaign. We're talking about customers who've been disconnected for over a year, and we're kind of giving a forgiveness to them as well. And so if they come in and discuss with us our state, we can offer up to about 50% off their outstanding balances
You hear
if they
that, Dwight?
reconnect
That's
to their
pretty
to
good.
our
So
services.
50% off.
That's
Wow.
pretty amazing.
What
Yeah.
about the people if they pour in cement down their wells and say they finish with that, they come in the yard? Anything for them?
Yes, actually, we're in talks now about some sort of program for that as well, but nothing right now to speak about on air.
And does it matter what method you use to pay in full?
Yes. What do you mean? Cash?
Chester wants to barter.
We should explore this. What are you offering?
What?
Too early in the morning for
That's
this,
some fruits
Chester.
and vegetables I want to give y'all.
Wow.
So you know, I have a funny story. I worked in the bank in my past life, and somebody brought rocks as collateral. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave.
That was like from the land, or just whose rocks?
From the land.
From the land that they were. Okay.
Absolutely,
said
and putting
rocks.
these
That's
up
very
for collateral. I'm building my house.
Oh.
Y'all gonna put these in the safety deposit box for me.
Not precious stones, rocks.
Rocks.
And it wasn't a joke. They were being serious.
Serious.
Oh man, that's beautiful.
Imagine trying to keep a straight face on that one.
Yeah, no.
Speaking of ways to pay them,
Not rocks.
Not rocks.
Not rocks. No.
you can pay by phone at our contact numbers at 302-5630, online at wsc.com.bs, at your banks online as well, any commercial bank, Cash and Go, Omni, Money, Mango, as well as Suncash.
All right. So again, the dates for What Are You Waiting For by August
22nd.
22nd.
Pay your bills in full or apply for a new connection.
Right. And make sure you have a zero balance. by
Zero
that date.
balance.
Yes, Dwight.
Right.
Zero
Even if you
balance.
split by August 22nd.
Yes,
Okay.
and then you have to fill out a entry form. You can either come into our offices to fill out the entry form, or you can go online on our Instagram, our Facebook page as well, and fill out a jot form.
So you can fill out the and then y'all gonna ensure on August 22nd that this bill is paid in full.
Absolutely.
Okay, I got you.
August 25th is the drawing.
25th.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Oh, excellent.
So-
And do you need to be there for the drawing?
You don't have to
need
be. We've had meetings before where customers would have won. We're very much engaging on our socials, so you can look forward to that on the socials as well.
Yeah. All right. So, Nicolette, listen to this text. I think quite a few people are going to be thinking like this.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's going to work like that, right?
Okay.
But they say, oh my gosh, paying every quarter gives you a little relief from all the other monthly bills. It's going to just make it a little harder for us. But not necessarily, right?
I don't think so. I think your bill now is going to be divided into 3.
Yeah.
So it makes it simpler for budgeting purposes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if your bill is $150 every quarter, then it'll be $50 per month.
Yeah.
Right.
Makes it easier, right?
It's not going to be hard at all. No. All right. So anything else planned for the rest of this 49th year?
Well, this week we celebrated on Monday, which was the official anniversary. So we celebrated across the nation. So every location were treated to some sort of treat. And we also had a press conference where we told the public about what we accomplished over the last year. And we updated the public on our project on Joe Farrington Road and our non-revenue water update.
Yeah. Can you tell us more about the non-revenue water? I mean, how does that save the consumer, the public? Or what do they need to know about it?
So actually, it's more on our side.
Okay.
And it's before the water reaches the customer. So
Okay.
we're trying to save, so any leaks in infrastructure saves the corporation.
Yeah.
And by extension, the customer.
Right.
Well-
And you,
No, go ahead. I'm going to change the topic.
I was just going to say, she mentioned Joe Farrington Road. You were just here. Your folks were here just a few weeks ago about
Correct.
that. That's going well.
So since we met with you,
Mm-hmm.
we're now we have one more. The project is broken down into 3 zones.
Okay.
So we're nearing the completion of Zone 1.
Great.
So we started at Bay Lily Road on the western end of Joe Farrington Road, and we're now to Marigold Farm Road, which is 1,500 feet of pipe.
Yeah.
Already laid,
excellent.
already completed. So we're now moving into the next step or the next phase of completion of Zone 1 is testing.
All right. So you're on schedule.
We are ahead of schedule.
Yeah, that's pretty far. Okay, that's excellent.
I was curious. You said Monday was the anniversary.
Yes.
What happened 49 years ago on that day?
Remember now, she wasn't around.
She wasn't around. But
I wasn't even a sparkle in my father's
I
eye.
thought maybe why the Monday is the anniversary just because they said so. Or just, like, did they cut a ribbon on that day? Did they
Perhaps.
turn a valve on that day? You know?
Perhaps.
Okay,
I'm
I
not
don't know.
certain,
Okay.
but thank you.
I was
I'm
just
going to go and
curious.
do my
That is
homework.
a good question.
That is
did
a
they
very good.
start work on the valves, or did they turn on the faucets? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Did
question.
they fire the boat coming from Andros?
We don't know, but I'm going to find that out and I'm going to come back and tell you
Yeah,
that.
no, we want to know. That would be good.
No, it was. I mean, there's a lot of history in
Yeah.
the
There is.
waterworks.
It used
monopoly
to be
and
called
everything.
Waterworks.
Waterworks. Yeah.
Some people still call it that.
Yeah, they do.
There's still
Fields.
well fields
Yeah.
out there that people may not have ever seen, but they're actually kind of cool. And
It's
there's
fascinating.
crazy things living
So
in them.
there you go, Nicolette.
Actually, I'm going to take you out there with me. Mark your
We're going on
calendar.
a field trip.
Yes.
I like field trips with Nicolette.
To the well
They're
field.
always interesting.
Okay, that sounds scary, actually. But here's an idea: it's some work for you. A coffee table book about Water and Sewage Corporation.
Thank you,
From
Dwight.
the beginning to
I'm
now.
going to steal your idea.
Yeah, you can have it for free.
Thanks. I appreciate
Or
that.
maybe
You're so kind.
a discount on my bill. I
Or a
don't know.
yeah.
But happy
Or a
anniversary.
mention, an
Hey,
acknowledgement.
I'd appreciate that. Nicolette Eldon and Danelle Braden, thank you for being here. Happy anniversary, and we look forward to 49 more. Well, what are you going to do for 50? You got it? Big plans for 50 yet?
We do. A committee has been established already and appointed, so work is already, discussions, I
Okay.
should say, are in
Or
the
maybe
works.
we can have the book ready for then.
Yeah.
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 And I'm definitely coming to that press conference.
You are, right?
I wouldn't duck that one for sure.
We might do the show live there.
Yeah,
How about that?
absolutely. I like that
Yeah.
idea.
All right.
You're
Looking
always
forward
looking
to
for
it.
some live show.
Thank you again. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Dwight.
Happy anniversary.
This would be possible without the dedicated men and women of WSC.
Yeah.
So we want to extend our gratitude to them who are out there from the laboratories to the technicians to customer service. Now they're going to get mad at me if I don't call their department.
Right.
But we thank them for their hard work and dedication across the Bahamas.
Public relations, marketing, social media.
Thank you, Chester. Revenue enhancement.
Revenue enhancement, absolutely.
Everyone matters.
Yeah, absolutely. Nicolette Eldon, Danelle Brennan, again, thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
All right, we're going to break for news and be back with more Morning Blend business coming up after this. Stay with us.
Where have you been? I'm like a sail in need of wind. Give me a lifetime, throw me a lifeline, I'm lost at sea.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Blend Business on this Wednesday, July 16th, 2025. Welcome back to our Morning Blend listeners. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan along with Chester Robards. In a moment, we're going to be talking with Bristol Wines and Spirits, our monthly series with them. And we'll get to that in just a bit, but we begin with our morning business report. In the Morning Business Report, a local farmer has concerns about how the agricultural products imported from the Dominican Republic are being grown and what they're being grown with. But he understands that the Bahamas is not producing enough to feed itself. Principal of Down to Earth Adventure Farm, Sidney Sinclair, telling Guardian Business that he is not concerned about the Dominican Republic gaining access to the Bahamas' agricultural market because he knows there is no way Bahamian farmers can supply the food the population needs. Dominican Republic recently secured access to the Bahamian market for several of its agricultural products, including fruits and vegetables. The trade agreement follows a period of joint sanitary inspections and regulatory alignment between the two countries. You can read more about his concerns, though, in today's Guardian Business section. A former health minister says that the $267 million loan agreement the government signed with the People's Republic of China to build a new hospital does not help with any of the critical health concerns in the country and also lacks transparency. Dr. Dwayne Sands, who was Minister for Health under the former Minis administration, told Guardian Business that the contentious discussions around the financing for the proposed hospital misses the primary health issues facing Bahamians now. He says that the acute care hospitals, the Rand Memorial and the Princess Margaret Hospital, remain, quote, neglected, underfunded, and understaffed. He said the health challenges that destroy the quality of life for Bahamians include non-communicable diseases, heart disease, cancer, and none of these will be addressed by the new facility. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael Darville told Tribune Business on Tuesday that he decided to go with the financing option from the States showed no appetite for assisting, and the United Kingdom came on board when the deal with the Chinese was already 95% done. Bahamas-based cloud services company Cloud Carib, the Curacao-based data center company Blue NAP Americas, and Europe-based data infrastructure initiative GaiaX want to help Caribbean territories bring their data home to the region and begin a region-wide shared network hosted and protected by Caribbean people for Caribbean people. The three entities have formed a partnership and are now on a crusade to ensure that regional governments and firms understand that the Blue NAP's Tier 4 rated data center, Cloud Carib's cyber security enterprise, and GaiaX's world-class data framework can create a safe and cost-effective ecosystem that the region can buy into in order to experience true data sovereignty. More on that in today's Guardian Business section. And Florida Atlantic University's Harbor Branch Oceanographic Institute have built out and launched the first on-land queen conch breeding and egg farm in the Bahamas and the wider Caribbean, with 10 million eggs already released. In a statement from BAL, the project organizers hope to generate new economic opportunities, which will also help to replenish declining conch populations. Overseas, the head of NVIDIA downplaying his role in getting the U.S. government to lift a ban on selling advanced computer chips in China and said it will take time to ramp up production once orders for the AI processors come in. CEO Jensen Huang, speaking Wednesday in the Chinese capital Beijing, was upbeat about prospects for the H2O chip, which was designed to meet U.S. restrictions on technology exports to China, but nonetheless blocked in April. He met U.S. President Donald Trump before his trip, and his company announced this week it had received assurances that approved. Huang telling cluster journalists, many of whom asked for his autograph or to take selfies with him, quote, "I don't think I changed his mind." A carefully organized press conference at a luxury hotel descended into a crowd scene. Huang arrived in his trademark leather jacket and started taking questions randomly in his characteristic casual style. And early trading on Wall Street quietly mixed so far today as markets shift their attention towards a deluge of corporate earnings reports while monitoring ever-changing developments on U.S. trade policy. Futures for the S&P 500 were flat before the bell, while futures for the Dow Industrials rose 0.2%. NASDAQ futures were down 0.2% as well. Johnson & Johnson rose 1.8% after the drug and medical device giant beat analyst sales and profit targets and raised its full-year outlook on both. J&J said it expects game-changing approvals and submissions in the second half of 2025 on an array of products in its pipeline. Bank of America ticked up less than 1% after it beat Wall Street's second quarter profit targets. The bank's net interest income grew for the fourth straight quarter, but came in slightly lower than expectations. Sales and profit targets on a strong performance from its trading division. United Airlines posted its most recent quarterly results after the bell Wednesday. Also coming Wednesday is the government's report on producer prices, which measures inflation at the wholesale level. A report on Tuesday showed that consumer inflation in the United States accelerated to 2.7% last month from 2.4% in May. Economists said higher prices for clothes, toys, and other imported goods suggest that Trump's stiffer tariffs are fueling inflation. That sticky inflation could mean that the Federal Reserve will hold its ground on interest rates, which have remained elevated in recent years after red-hot demand and supply chain breakdowns in the wake of the pandemics and prices for just about everything skyrocketing. In your Market Watch, recapping trading on the BISX from Tuesday, your market movers Consolidated Water down 26 cents, closing at $6.02. Emira Incorporated down 1 cent, closing at $11.14. The BISX All-Share Index closing at 2,981.15, down 0.27. That's your Market Watch, and that is your morning business report brought to you by CFAL, growing wealth for future generations. We'll be back with more on Guardian Radio 96.9.
At CFAL, we understand that a secure future is the greatest gift you can give your employees. That's why our tailor-made group pension solutions are designed to fit the needs of both large and small companies. With CFAL, you can provide the retirement you and your employees deserve, ensuring peace of mind and financial stability for years to come. Join the many businesses that have already entrusted CFAL to create the right pension plan for their employees, and let us help you build a brighter future for your team. Visit us at cfal.com to get started on building wealth so you can live well. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
It's time to upgrade the way you enjoy at-home entertainment. Alive Fiber is here. Enjoy all your favorite channels and streaming apps, all at lightning-fast internet speeds with affordable bundles, and it's only a click away. Visit www.alivefiber.com to sign up now. Stay connected, live your life. It's good to be alive.
When your hands are too full, life is just too complicated. Nala, Sally, come here. Uncomplicate. Go faster, safer, greener with the digital way to pay. With Tap to Pay, it's as easy as a gentle touch. No more headaches. Say hello to convenience. The future of pay is digital with options like credit cards, debit cards, online banking, and digital wallets. Make every experience unforgettable. Embrace the ease of digital payments today.
Shop early to get your uniforms and get Janae's Uniform Center's buy 4, get 1 free sale. Free monogrammed and regular school shirts, dry fit and cotton polos, jumpers, skirts, boys' long and short pants, PE shorts, underclothes, tights, socks, neckties, belts, sleeping mats, hair accessories, and character work desks. Get 50% off backpacks, lunch bags, and raincoats. Buy 4 free. Buy 2 skirts, jumpers, or pants. Get the third 50% off. Need embroidery and monogramming done? Visit Janae's Uniform Center early. Beat the back to school rush. Janae's Chesapeake Road back to school special. Restrictions apply.
Tell them.
We are back with Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strong with Chester Robards, and it's that time of month. It's a third Wednesday each month, and we have Bristol Wines and Spirits with us, sommelier Kyle Stubbs. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I like that. It's that time of the month, favorite time of the month.
It is.
Third Wednesday. That means we should be locking in our calendars kind of thing.
By now, at least, right?
Yeah,
We've been doing this for a little while, and we love it. All right, so you've made our day, as always. He's in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what are we talking about today?
Any and everything. Really would love to get some calls and some text messages on anything wine-wise. Anything, what you've been drinking this summer. Anything that's been stumping you. And then we can get into, and Chester says he has a lot of questions. Next week, we celebrate International Shiraz Day.
Wow.
And we just started with a brief 2 minutes, Syrah versus Shiraz. The difference in terminology and who calls it what and who blends it and who uses it at a single varietal, who kind of sets the standard for this grape varietal. And then, of course, some things that people should be drinking this summer and what's new in our retail space. We've had it for a while for some of our restaurant and hotel customers, but now we have it in all of our retail spaces, a nice sparkling rosé from Chateau Ste. Michelle in Washington State. People have been enjoying their Riesling for years. Their Chardonnay and their Cabs are solid. And now, of course, we have a traditional method, so champagne style. Some of the grapes that we use in champagne as well. But then we're talking about a $24 retail price point.
Whoa.
Wow. So I'm jumping the gun and putting the price ahead of it. But I think we're going to taste some delicious things. And the rosé was showcased a couple of weeks ago at our rosé happy hour.
How did it do?
Really good.
Yeah.
But it was at a table with Laurent Perrier rosé. So it performed the way it needed to perform in that mix. But with it on the side of things like cava, which is again a traditional method, sparkling from Spain, pound for pound for every person who loved the cava, they love this traditional sparkling as well from Ste. Michelle.
Okay.
All right. And then we have a couple of events coming out that we'll want to make certain that the public knows about.
Great. So we have a lot to talk about.
Let me start the wine conversation with this question. The phone lines are on for some reason. So I had an experience at a restaurant recently. I'm sure the person who was working the table wasn't a sommelier, but I said, and there were only a few glasses, wine by the glass, that you could choose from. I wasn't buying a bottle, obviously. So I said, oh, I've never heard of this. Don't know what it is. I said, what do you think about that? And he's like, oh, yeah. And then he's like, I used to work here at this very rich place. I won't call names. And I work here at this very, it's like, I know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I would recommend that. And I was like, okay, fine. And I hated it. Right? Well, if you were in that situation, it seems like they only have a few wines by the glass nowadays. Maybe less than before. I don't know.
Yeah, this is this is an awesome observation, right? When we do training inside the hotels and the restaurant, we always tell service staff, like, this is 90% of what you're going to do is factual, right? There's steps to service, there's pairing guidelines, there's steps to wine service and wine conversation, right? 5% is who you are as an individual, Bahamian-wise. What is your Bahamian swag that you bring to the table? Your individual storytelling concept, right? How do I sell the same bottle of wine different from Chester, right? And then there's that 5% of BS, right? That we think nobody is going to notice. Nobody's going to call us out. And I think historically there's been some things that we've been doing inside the industry, which is BS in our way. Taking advantage of that 5% of Bahamian flair and, grabbing the attention of a gullible guest, right? And then whether I think it's willfully manipulating the experience for the end result, which is the guest to pay that bill, them to get the gratuity, which is usually automatic. And then because there's an automatic part of it. So our approach is it's automatic, and you're going to share it with other team members. So go for the other extra, right? And tuck that 5% of BS in your back pocket. My goodness. Right? Because what we're seeing...
point. That's a strong point.
It is. So what we're seeing is we're seeing a lot more of labels on wine lists that people aren't familiar with, right? And we always tell restaurants, just bring a little bit of familiarity to make a consumer comfortable. And then you can suggest some of these things. But also, we're big on liquid to lips. So if you're a service team member and you're going to personalize suggesting a wine that you've never tasted, then you're relying on the BS. And so when somebody like Jester shows up in your restaurant and they're disgusted with the glass of wine, you know what I suggest? You send the glass back.
Oh, wow.
Right? And if that has you in an uncomfortable position, then you go for something familiar.
Wow.
In most cases for me, in a dining experience, I'll go for a Campari just to open up my palate so that, hopefully the food kind of resurrects the bar start kind of thing. So, yeah.
I'm curious, Chester. I mean, you don't have to say the brand, but
I honestly don't even remember. Like, it
and there you go again, right? Because we're about experiences, right?
Yeah.
And we want you to return, and you can't even remember that. I want you to remember the glass of wine that you had at a particular restaurant with a particular meal and the experience that it brought.
Right. And
so you can come back for a bottle from us or go back to the restaurant for that glass.
And if it was new and I liked it, I would have even taken a picture and say, boy, I got to look for this.
Which we do, because we always have customers come in the retail space. Do you sell this?
Yeah,
do you sell this? I went this place and had this for dinner. Is this your wine?
Yeah.
But is there a reason that the per glass wine list at restaurants is shrinking? They want you to buy a bottle. I mean, don't they make more money per glass?
They do, but then they also, depending on the restaurant and the turnover on wines itself, they can be losing, right? So I can open, let's say I'm a seafood restaurant, but I have to have a cab on my menu. I have a cab by the glass, and I open it today, but then it's July, August. I probably go another 2 weeks without another glass of that cab. I can't pour that same cab. So that if that one glass doesn't cover the cost of that bottle, then they're operating at a loss.
So does it typically?
Yeah. But what comes along with that is proper storage and service. And so that's why the service team and the management is very important to make sure that they're taking care of the wine.
Right.
They're taking care of the service team who's taking care of the customer, because we are going to charge a little bit more. All of that. You're getting glasses on the table that's already set, so I can't sell it for you the same price that I'm selling it in the retail space.
But nobody who goes to a restaurant, bar, club thinks that they're getting value for money on a drink. I don't think.
No, but there's some places where you can.
I'm sure.
But I don't, not necessarily.
Yeah.
Right. Not necessarily.
I'm just talking about, I think about the bottle service in a club. That's the main thing I was thinking about.
Oh, that's a disaster.
It is. It is what people want to do. I mean, it's not about the drink. It's about the scene.
It is.
Well, maybe it would make more sense for the corkage fee. Just bring your own bottle and have...
Yeah. In some cases it is.
Yeah.
Right? And so, if you dine around, like eating out is a habit of yours 3, 4, 5 times a month, where you can develop rapport with service team members and management and owners. And then, paying corkage kind of should jolt them in a way like maybe I'm lacking in the wine wise because my customers are comfortable with paying cockage and bringing their bottle kind of thing. But if you really want to enjoy your experience as your experience and you know wines could be lacking, then carry a bottle and pay your cockage, which is usually $25 to $30, depending on where.
Is it per bottle or is it
per
just
bottle? No.
Okay. I brought three. Can I get one?
For a case.
Yeah, $25. We're just going to bring
exactly.
this case of wine.
All right. Wow. All right. So Shiraz, you going to start with that one, or you want to do the sparklings?
Let's start with the sparkling. Let's
Okay.
open up the palate a little bit. So the main, Chateau Saint Michelle, we always talk about. Historically, the oldest winery inside Washington State.
Wow.
And then there's still today leaders and pioneers in terms of sustainability, partnerships across the world in terms of where they're producing different wines. So, we're familiar with their Riesling. We're also familiar with Eroica, which is their partnership between them and Dr. Lucin, which is the #1 producer of Riesling in the world. But then Washington State in general just provides value, right? The quality is there as well, but you don't have to pay Napa prices. You don't have to pay Bordeaux prices.
Right.
You get what it is that you, and sometimes, we had Chateau Saint Michelle Coal Creek Caviar before.
Right.
And it
Love
outperforms. What it drinks like a $75 bottle. So what we have here is their traditional method, brut and brewed rosé. And so that traditional method is just letting us know quality through the same process that champagne goes through, right? And this, we're using 2 out of the 3 grape varieties that we use in champagne, Chardonnay and Pinot Noir, but they're also adding a little touch of Pinot Gris or Pinot Grigio, right? But it goes through second fermentation, which means we add a little bit more yeast into each individual bottle, and we allow the wine to age on the dead yeast cells, 12 to 15 months.
And that's going to be exactly the way they do it
in champagne.
In champagne.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then they put it out to market.
All right. Wow. And does the do you find the Grigio adds something?
It keeps it like fresh. Fresh and light. Chardonnay is more of a heavier white grape. Pinot Noir is heavier than Chardonnay, even though it's a lighter red grape. But Pinot Grigio brings a lot more of the acid and the salivating that we'll enjoy, but keeps a nice little fresh pop on the palate.
And can champagne drinkers, lovers, be fooled by this? Would they be able to tell?
Like real champagne drinkers, like those who only drink champagne or only drink other wines on occasion, whether it's with dinner or something.
Yeah.
Possibly. The average person who just wants to grab a bottle of, I don't want to call the wrong brand.
Yeah.
Laurent Perrier, right? But don't drink champagne frequently. Maybe just during the holiday season, it'll be difficult for them to tell the difference.
Okay. Again, which one is this one?
This is the brut.
So, I will say, this is on par with one of my favorite $100, close to $100 bottles.
Which
slightly?
Which one is it?
I mean, oh gosh, no, it's left my brain. the yellow Vouv.
Yeah.
So it's maybe a step below, but close.
Right. And Vouv for us is the fun champagne brand, right?
Yeah.
And so this would be a serious traditional method sparkling that where we're saying I can get, champagne-esque expressions.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So we're talking about the fine bubbles, right? What I would say is this has a lot more fruit character than our champagnes, right? Like the apple pops on the nose, the apple pops on the palate. There's some good acid on the side.
Yeah.
So a lot more fruit character than we would have. Very smooth on the palate.
Which people probably would
enjoy.
Would love.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Because I love Vouv, but it doesn't. My wife might not love Vouv.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she would probably like this,
right?
Yeah.
And literally, it's just that more fruit character, the presence of more fruit character.
And this would be good with food. Yeah.
I mean, salads for sure.
Yeah.
Nice salads. I've seen some folks posting some pictures on Instagram recently. Some really nice salads, some cheeses on top. Playing around with your vinaigrettes, right? High in acid.
Yeah.
So we're talking about cutting out those acids and then all of these other flavors. Just think about, if we were to really break it down, right? Wendy's has a fantastic apple pecan salad, right? You put this on the side of it, right?
Yeah.
So that's your 2 stops today on Wine Wednesday.
There you go.
Right? Right? Wendy's does a free one with Bristol Wines and Spirits.
They're good sponsors. That's fine. That's fine.
A bottle of St. Michel Brut, right? But then again, seafood, right? I could see this with some lobster.
Yes.
I could see this with some raw stuff like some tartars. Even with our salads, our kong salads and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it has enough weight. Like if you Sapodilla last night and they had a nice quarter chicken dinner with peas and rice and this would be fantastic on the side of it.
Yeah.
It also doesn't hang around the mouth long.
No, you're gonna go like we all are going to go
Yeah,
back to
no,
finish off the glass.
this is very refreshing.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's, like you say, light and fruity.
There's no-
and you said, how much is this?
$24.
My
That's-
gosh. That's
So
crazy.
our
You wouldn't keep it on the shelf. I would think.
if you can see, it's now in all of our Bristol stores. So if you're in the east, it's at the foot of the bridge. If you're in the west, it's at Blake Road. If you're central or heading south, then you can stop by and see us on Gladstone. Premier Crew has it, as well as the Gladstone Road store.
And it's a recent addition to the portfolio.
It's a recent addition to the retail space.
Okay.
To the portfolio within the last this year. The
Okay.
last 4 or 5
Fine.
months.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Hello, Washington State.
Again, is that an introductory price or this is?
No, this is it.
This is it.
And until shipping and freight and everything else becomes a concern,
And tariffs.
and tariffs, and then everybody along the chain is trying to figure out who's going to take the brunt of that load. But until then, it's $24.
Nice.
It's a nice looking bottle too.
Yeah, it looks quality. It speaks
Yeah.
quality.
Yeah.
And they don't use the same logo they do for the other stuff.
No. So this is
fancier.
Along that chateau domain
Right.
terminology that we use in France and Champagne kind of thing. So bring a little bit more prestige and
Yeah.
elegance to their portfolio.
Nice. Let's take this call before we have another sip. Hi there.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Strachan, Kyle, and Chester.
Good morning.
I get off on y'all. Y'all having fun in the studio, right? So I want Kyle to answer this because Kyle, I used to work in food and beverage back at Tanya Beach back in the days, right? So I had a chance to work. I used to do the inventory, but I remember a lot of red wines, Beaujolais, Castelvecchio, and some champagnes, right? Like Henkel, Strachan, Tallinger, Crystal, Rodier, Dom Perignon. And those were, and it's more like, but what I'm seeing is like, I noticed with the champagnes, and I'm not a drinker, but for some reason, the champagnes, like I know the cheaper ones, the Aspace Piemonte, all those that came around when I was like a little teenager and like in the 20s, right? I didn't like how they tasted, but for some reason, there was a champagne called Henkel Strachan, right? And I remember that specifically, and I had a bottle like a couple of years ago, but for some reason, that's the only one I like, is when it relates to champagne. I don't know, for some reason, champagne, they hurt my head, and I just didn't like how they taste. But this Henkel Strachan, I think it's a German champagne, but I really like that.
Yeah.
And I still drink it now and then, but is there any reason why they give me headaches on it, but not the Henkel Strachan, but of all? So I just signed up and listened for you to comment on it. Is it a good champagne? But it tasted better than the Dom Perignon and all of those ones that I could remember. I just don't know why. I'd like you to expound on that for me, please.
All right.
Alrighty.
So let me get this right. So if that would, since it's German, it wouldn't technically be
It'd be
a
sparkling
champagne,
wine,
right? Sparkling wine.
Traditional method or method champenoise or however they would term it. And it is a Bristol product, and it is a good product.
Okay.
Again, just like this, right? Traditional method, but good value. But I think there's a couple of things that contributes, or people identify, that contributes to the headache in champagne or sparkling wines, as opposed to still wines, and it's the carbonization, right? And then there's the component of yeast, right? In our still wines, we're not, as soon as we're done with fermentation, that yeast, that liquid is removed from, whether it's red, from the must of the skins and everything else, and we just have that juice. There's no what we call surly aging, no of the juice sitting on the dead yeast cells for an extended period of time. I think those two in particular, because when we get into this traditional method conversation, it could be any grape variety that we have inside the wine world, right? So we can't pinpoint and say it's Chardonnay or Pinot Noir or the dominance of either or inside that. But it'll be that yeast or the extra component of yeast that shows up. When you look at even Henkel, it's dry, right? And it's very yeasty, and that's from the liquid just hanging around on the dead yeast cells. So the same liquid is there as we are fermenting, is there when that yeast cells is dead, right? For an that liquid is picking up any and every extra thing from that, as well as the carbonization, right? Some people sparkling wine, which is larger bubbles, more fruit character present, more pleasant to enjoy. Usually,
Definitely not dry,
right? Definitely. This is dry. There's just plenty food in it.
Okay. All right.
Don't forget now, we would measure dryness based on the level of residual sugar. That's how we would measure if a wine is sweet or dry. And I think
not if it sucks the moisture out your mouth. That's the people. That's what I used to think,
right? Especially with champagne.
Yeah.
No, but I'm gonna try and find out when we take a break what is the grams per liter on this bottle. But I'm certain it's nowhere close to what we would have to consider to be a sweet wine.
Okay.
But those two things I think would probably be triggering it, and they won't be the same in terms of concentrations or levels in any champagne or traditional method sparkling wine. So perhaps the levels in Henkel Trocken is a little bit. But when we think about champagnes, we're thinking about the best of the best, the intensity of every element that we have in this traditional method sparkling wine. So it's the extra of the extra that probably could be triggering things, whereas the German sparkling just provides a little bit more of a pleasant experience.
Yeah. One restaurant definitely does the Henkel Trocken.
Yeah. Are you going to name it?
No.
No. Okay. Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Are you there? No, you just called in 323-6232 325-4316 325-4259. Call us toll free 242-300-5720. These people are very shady. These text messages.
Well, that's your phones. That's your friends.
Yeah. Well, do you want me to read this?
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Does your pastor allow you to consume alcohol?
Allow me
to? What's happening?
You
I don't
or
know
me?
what's happening.
Who?
You.
Oh,
You.
they said me specifically.
Yeah. Because your pastor has had a lot to say of late.
Oh, they being shady. They being real shady.
Wow.
Oh, they being real shady.
Boy.
My priest does.
Go read your Bible. It's drunkenness, not consuming.
Oh, yes. Yes, that is different.
Our Lord
Two very different things.
Our Lord was in the goods, and his first.
These are samples, little.
His first was to
taste.
convert water to wine to make certain that the enjoyment of the wedding in Cana continues. We
Amen.
celebrated every opportunity we have for Eucharist. So those kind of conversations have to be led down the road of overindulging, right?
Absolutely.
And that's where we get into the sinful part of things.
They also wouldn't been asking that if we still went to St. George's.
No, they
Why did you
wouldn't.
say we? Why did you say it like that?
You just go in.
This man. Caller, let's take this call. Take us away from Chester. Hi, good morning.
Hey, morning, Dwight. You guess how you doing?
Doing well.
Good morning.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, quick question for you guests, right? How come cheaper wines and champagnes normally taste better than like bougie champagnes and wines? They normally taste like bitter and dry and more of an acquired taste.
Absolutely.
How come?
So the less expensive wines sometimes are made, or if I were to use the word crafted, to give us an enjoyable experience. And then what the more expensive or what we consider luxury wines go through is a lot more intense. And so it isn't about the palate enjoyment unbalanced, which is what we enjoy in the less expensive stuff. We love the fruit character, not necessarily sweetness, but we love the fruit character. We love when the acid is in a sharp. But when we get into the champagne, we're talking about methodology that delivers a distinctive end result. I always in training say, champagnes is a quiet taste for us.
Yeah.
Right? You open up 19 Crimes Cali Gold sparkling wine from California, that's our speed all day, every day. Right? A step up would be Prosecco, the category of Proseccos. Again, a different method that preserves the fruit character. That's what we really enjoy. But when we look at champagne and the more expensive traditional method sparkling wines, it isn't about preserving fruit character. It's about going through that process and delivering on quality from start to finish. Quality grapes, quality pressing, quality fermentation process, moving into individual bottles, a little bit more of aging, Our sparkling wines, our Prosecco's, there's no aging. As soon as we're done with that second fermentation inside the large stainless steel tanks, we're putting that in bottles and we're selling that. But we're talking about champagnes that we're allowing to sit in some dark cellars inside Champagne, France for at least 15 months before it comes to us. And so if we leave in that wine on yeast cells, we're talking about drying it out. So it is bitter. It smells like a bakery when you open up a champagne bottle. The yeast cell, when you just start to mix your bread blend, that's what you smell. So there's no way your palate is going to tell you that I'm going to enjoy this.
Right.
Right place, right sparkling wine on its own, or you'll enjoy it by itself.
Right, yeah.
So, and you've said this before, years back on the show, drink what you like, right? You don't have to impress anybody. This may not end well if you're just buying because of the brand name or the cost.
You know, I mean, you can get champagne for $65 at Bristol Wines and Spirits. Champagne. So we don't even have to spend $100 on a bottle of champagne.
Good stuff too.
Right? And if you
Champagne, not sparkling wine.
Right. Champagne, true champagne.
Right.
You know, from France, Champagne, France. Belongs to one of the biggest houses like Bollinger, right? And so you could stop into any Bristol's and tell them you're listening to the Morning Blend, and they'll take a couple of % off of that $65 champagne price.
There you go.
I got to try it.
That's true. I haven't did it, right? I never forget my first time tasting Is it Moet? Is it Moet? It's Moet, isn't it? And I was like, "This is what these people be singing about, and spraying all over the place."
Yeah.
And I think I tasted it before I tasted Gone and Vouv.
Oh yeah.
I tasted it, and then when I finally had Vouv, I was like, "Oh, this is better."
Yeah, most definitely. It's again when we use culture, hip hop culture, in the beverage industry. Sometimes it's not for the good. So for years we thought,
I know the H word. That's what you. Is that the one?
That too.
That one is definitely highly overrated.
Even in the champagne side, like for years we would like. I grew up to have my opportunity to grab a bottle of Moet. Right. And then when I get into the industry and you have an opportunity to understand champagne and what's happening there, and then to taste it against some other things, it's like okay, I was caught up in the nightlife, right? You want a bottle of it isn't a bottle of H, then it's a bottle of M, right? And that's just what it is. But now, I can't be caught alive.
Now, now we have shows like this to educate us,
most definitely,
on how these things work.
Yeah.
All right. This one smells great. Let's take this and then we'll take the call.
Super. Same grape varieties. The only thing is we allow the Pinot Noir skin to interact with the juice.
Okay.
So what we did was we made.
It smells amazing.
It's good. It's really good. You thought the first one was refreshing.
Oh boy,
a nice little like strawberry cranberry thing.
Yeah, that's
dangerous.
weird.
Oh,
there is like a strawberry. Yeah.
Again, nothing added. This is, us looking
interesting.
at the most serious way that we can make sparkling wines. Having it at a very affordable price. Wow.
Yeah.
I think this performs really.
That very much does.
Goodness.
I mean, if you don't tell somebody the price of that, and you just put it in front
And
of
this
them.
is the same price. $24.
Tanya at Gladstone Road, T at Blake Road, or Trey at East Bay, and they'll hook you up for sure.
It's too hot to go to the beach to drink, but this would be
perfect. So I actually was thinking, it's like, what do I tell Dwight this morning? It's like, what should we be drinking at the beach, right?
This
and
is
this is it.
Yeah.
If you've been on the rosé craze like we have at Bristol's for the last 2 months, and you say, let me change it up to finish off the summer, then these two would be good friends.
Don't take the H to the beach.
Why? What?
Don't do it. It doesn't make sense.
Do you mean the Honda?
You might get stuck in the sun.
But this is
this is delicious.
This is perfect for.
I think our
Beach day in the Bahamas.
president came across it inside the warehouse, and we carried a couple cases to Blake Road, and he was like, "Okay, we can't just keep it for the trade. We have to let the private trade, the private customer know that we have something really good with us."
That's pretty cool. Caller, are you still there? No, we had you holding for a little while. Are you there? Call us back, 323-6232, 325-4316. 325-4259. Call us toll free, 242-300-5720.
And you know the thing, even if you recognize the winery, going back to these wine lists, even if you recognize the winery, you might take a chance on a house that you know, rather than even if you don't know the actual wine itself.
Say it again.
Yeah.
No, somebody is listening who needs to hear that.
Yeah, winery. Even if you've heard us talk about the Chateau Saint Michel, but you've never experienced the wine and you don't know the wine, but you've had at least one from the house, or two, and you just know that they're quality. You could take a chance on that on the wine list.
Are people not doing that?
So what we have a lot of obscure, niche, small produce wines finding their way into the market, right? And so what it is difference in taste profiles compared to what we're used to. We've seen a lot more European wines come in. And we're seeing where people aren't as comfortable with scanning wine lists. And so, you'll revert to what's your favorite.
Right.
You have a rum punch, right? Can I get a Neo and Coke? Not that we are...
So they're not even looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, even myself as a professional, sometimes I look at one or two wine lists and like, I don't know any of these labels, right? But of course, there's something in me that's a little different. It's like, well, let me try.
Right.
Right. And so if I made up my mind to try, then I'm going to evaluate. I'm not even trying to have this food and wine experience. It's like, well, I just want a glass of wine and let me try something different and see what it is, kind of thing. But not the average consumer. It's like, you get lost. Like, I'm not familiar with any of these. And depend on his 5% BS.
Well, if you're at a restaurant, sure, but I think a lot of people might not want to take the chance on buying a whole bottle. And then they end up disliking it.
Yeah.
So is that what maybe is holding them back?
Yeah, but I think so that important for us to get a little bit more comfortable and familiar with the wine in our own personal space, what we like and don't like.
Yeah.
And so when somebody is really trying to stir us in the wrong direction in a restaurant space, we're like, you know what? I usually drink this. I typically like that. And if somebody insists on going in the next direction, then just look at the dollar figure that's on the side of the wine that he's asking you to go for. Because it's no longer about the experience delivery. It's about the extra.
Yeah.
Has anybody put together this like comparable like interactive wine chart where like say you go into a restaurant and you see something you don't know, but you could put it in and something and say, well, this is close, or you say this is close to this.
So awesome question. So when I was in Bimini, we introduced an interactive wine list on a tablet. And I've just seen a couple of months ago, I stopped. Geez, everybody getting free promotion. I stopped seeing program, right? And so what it is you can see the entire wine list in bottles, the actual bottles, scan through on the tablet. And then depending on what it is that you're looking for, and it'll be categorized, sparkling champagnes, rosés, white, whatever, you can highlight. So you might see something that you like and you touch it, it gives you the full rundown.
Wow.
The description of this wine, the region, the producer, the vintage, and menu suggestions.
Nice.
Right?
Okay, all right.
So, two things. I believe we kind of make lazy food and beverage professionals when we do that, but the restaurant ensures the consumer is making informed decision and they're ensuring on experience delivery.
There's an app
Yeah.
that has some stuff.
That could do that?
That has some information about stuff. Like if you put,
okay.
I'll give you the information. Yeah.
You don't want to give away the app.
I actually, because Kyle is here now, I haven't used this app. It's in that. You see that how it is? I haven't opened that in years.
Oh, yeah.
But I used to do that. So, but it used to have information and give you ratings and tell you what the fruit profile was.
He's raised your education level so much that you don't need the app no more.
App anymore. All right, here's a text. What's a wine recommendation for a movie? Oh no. I read this wrong. I thought it was like for when we watch movies, but a movie. You know what they mean. Who likes sweet and fruity?
Oh, for a movie.
I thought they were watching movies.
Okay. Who
likes fruit, sweet and fruity, and salmon and shrimp and salads group of that kind of. So I guess seafood and salads
and sweet.
Yeah,
Rieslings.
Yeah,
Dr. Lucen, sweet Riesling. retail wise.
Brut Rosé would be good.
Oh, there you go. So not even sweet, but but good fruit character. The Brut Rosé for sure.
Yeah.
Or Chateau Saint Michel.
We just had something recently that you brought.
Or even that.
Oh,
Yellowtail Fusion. Yellowtail Fresh Twist.
Yes.
The pineapple or the peach. Oh, there you go. Yeah. You know what? You can get 3 of them one time, my friend.
So it was their spell check. They didn't mean to type roofie. They meant novice.
Oh, a novice. Just interpret that the right way and the wrong way.
Hilarious. Well, it works for both.
For a novice who likes fruitful. Yeah,
for a novice or a movie.
Or movie.
Rieslings, but definitely those flavored stuff, and they're great for the summer. The Yellowtail Fresh Twist, and everybody has them. You can stop at Knowles on
That's pretty good.
Kemp Road in East Bay. All of the Bristol stores have it. Island Wines and Spirits on Market Street has it.
I'm glad I remember those.
Yeah, they'll come in handy. Those are nice beach wines too.
Yes.
Those are nice beach wines too.
We'll take one more call before we get to the Shiraz. Caller, hey, are you there?
Hello, yes.
Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Good morning.
Okay, hello. I'm interested in the name of the first champagne you were about for $24.
Domaine Saint Michel. It belongs
Saint Michel.
Saint Michel. It belongs to the Chateau Saint Michel family.
Okay, and $24.
Yes, ma'am.
At all Bristols.
At all Bristol stores.
Okay, good.
Enjoy.
Hi.
Try the rosé too, though.
This is Lana Chester.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
I'm strong.
Hi.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Have a good
stuff.
one.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Take care.
Bye. Okay. All right. So that's great stuff there. Got our summer wine list together.
Indeed.
Yeah. All right. So we were talking about this off air, as you mentioned, Shiraz, Syrah. The same thing?
Yeah. They're the same thing. So the grape is Syrah, is where historically it came from this area in France.
Okay.
Right?
Rhone, yes.
Heard of that. Yeah.
Where we get wines like the Heritage and Côte de Rôti. And Syrah makes up a good component of those blends, right? But of course, through the migration of people over time, right, wine production started and ended up inside Australia, specifically South Australia. And they started producing the same grape as a single varietal. Don't know the reason offhand, but they started referring to it as Shiraz. And stylistically, it gives us something similar, but a little bit different than the blends that we get from the Rhone Valley, right? And so in the Barossa Valley in South Australia, this is where this particular one comes from the Kalima vineyard, right? And this is their interpretation or showing Shiraz in really, really warm climate, right? And so what we expect is to get extra fruit, a boldness and a heaviness in the wine, right? But Shiraz, just based on the composition of the grape in terms of skin to juice ratio and the complexion or the color of the skin, we expect to get deep, dark pigments.
This is that.
Right?
Yeah.
And distinctively, this gives off, or Shirazes usually give off a nice kind of spice note.
Yes.
Right?
You can smell the spices, black pepper
Yeah,
almost.
jeez, I didn't even put the wine to my nose yet. But black pepper is the spice that typically, you can pick up in Shirazes. And as we get up the quality level in Shiraz, those things become a lot more distinctive, but a lot more in balance, right? We always go about cabs and steaks and this. Shiraz is that it's coming off with a grill. Fantastic, right? The heaviest of your heaviest steaks, the best friend.
Okay.
You want to make your jus or your reduction for your steak, or a little bit of the Shiraz goes a long way in that sauce, right? We're just being intentional about things, right? Next month we're going to bring our lifestyle partner on with us, Ellie. She can, evoke a little bit more emotions in terms of flavor profiles and the combinations and the experiences that they deliver. Because
Okay.
if you're home and you're going to cook, then cook nice. We're not here for a long time, so make it a short, good time.
Right.
Eat and drink well. Let's be very mindful of what it is that we put in our
And
system.
you said this a few months back. It's changed my life. You said, don't use cooking wine that you buy in the supermarket.
Yeah, because if you don't go drink it, why you going to cook with it?
Yeah.
Before we lose some time, but when I first saw Shiraz, I thought it was a sexy name, and I was like, oh, let me try this thing, right? And the first Shiraz I ever had, I really liked. And I never had a Shiraz that I liked after that. Never.
Wow.
And I don't even remember what that first one was.
Jeez. So here we have Penfolds. Penfolds is the standard of Australian Shiraz. This is very good. They probably go up to the most iconic.
This is good.
Which is their Grange. Somebody just asked me, just for fun, to check the price on our Grange inside Premier Cru, and I think it's $1,147 or somewhere around there. So really up there in terms of
what now?
I'm sorry, what?
Not this one.
Right. But you have something there?
Yeah, from the same.
$1,147?
Yeah.
That's for part of the vineyard? What are you saying?
No, that's for the bottle.
One bottle?
One bottle. Yeah. It's on the iconic level. So we're talking about small production. We're talking about the best possible site that we can get the Shiraz grape inside area in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's been tasted and given scores. And so it's usually 99 or 100 points. We can pay for that.
There's a breeness to it, too.
Yeah. It's really nice.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Butter.
No, so
What is
that sensation is crazy. So we always talk about it inside white wines, and it happens in red wines, but we rarely get the taste
Chardonnay,
sensation.
you taste butter, right?
It's when you take that, what we call the malolactic fermentation. You're just taking a particular acid and converting it into something else, the lactic acid, to buttery, yogurty kind of sensation. Sometimes it shows up in the flavor profile, like in Chardonnay, it tastes buttery.
Right.
I mean, not necessarily we tasting butter, but we getting the feel of a butter sensation. Right? Like, but red wines go through that same thing, right?
I've
But of
never
course,
experienced
it's
that.
red wines. The lactic acid, the malic acid doesn't show up in the exact same form that it would
Okay.
show up inside a white wine. The lactic acid won't show up the way it shows up inside a white wine. But that is a buttery, smooth feeling, and then a little bit of a drying saltiness underneath the tongue. Just the way butter would hit the bottle.
Right.
That is spot. This is fantastic.
See why you don't need that app no more?
Right, exactly. How much is this one?
This one, I want to say, sorry, let me confirm that for
Again,
you.
it's Penfolds from Australia.
Yeah, the Bin 28. I'm going to get that right.
You get to that when we get this call. Good morning, call. You have the final word here. Good morning.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well.
I'm thinking of buying some wine to put down, some champagne or wine to put down, to pass down to my son in about 20 years or so. What? Just for the sake of argument, what's the best one for me to buy that will actually appreciate in value over the years, over the next 20 years to hand on to my son?
Super.
Interesting
So it will
question.
be, that's an interesting question. So champagne houses have various levels, right? On all of them have prestige levels, which would be their most premium cuvee or blend or champagne per se, right? And so I'll be honest with you, the houses at Bristol's, the Grand Sickle from Laurent Perrier is the prestige on LP. And it isn't a vintage champagne, but it's a number in terms of how many times they make that particular SKU.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not every year that's being produced. But for Laurent Perrier, it's a blend of their best years. And then they'll decide when they make that. Right? So it's a matter of grabbing that, understanding that story, and holding that for the next 20 years. It's ageable for 20 years. That'll be an enjoyable experience. Outside of that, we have some vintage champagnes. Off the top of my head, I can't give you the exact vintages. I think a Blanc de Blanc from Baron de Rothschild of 2000. And then we have a vintage Blanc de Blanc coming in from Laurent Perrier as well. If any of those vintages speak to something to you, to your son, or to the family, then it's grabbing a couple of those bottles and holding on to them. But it'll be something from the prestige level. So even if you're Bristol's don't fire me. a Dom Perignon, a Moet, a Veuve Clicquot drinker.
Yeah.
It'll be something from their prestige level. But just for that little bit of advice, come see me at Bristol's and I'll make
how
certain
would
that I
you-
put the...
No, but
How
he's
do you
talking
store that, though?
So
I
we
mean-
want to make certain... For him to ask that question, maybe he is a wine consumer, but it would be for proper storage as well. So if you're thinking 6 bottles, 12 bottles, you can get a small wine fridge that you can hold on to for that. Outside of that, if you're a fully air-conditioned living space, like I plan to do, it's just moving your clothes out of one closet and converting that closet into a wine cellar space kind of thing. But I mean, if you're thinking and you're wines for 20 years, then the storage is very important as well, because you're going to make an investment of a couple $1,000 for this bottle.
Do people do that? Do people buy wine to resell it later when it might have appreciated in value? I think that's what he was talking about.
No, I think he was talking about passing it down.
Yeah,
I
just
think he was
memory.
passing it down.
It
But
could have been
people
both.
do.
It could be both.
People do. I mean, you go see our friend at Great Cliff. Enrico
Right,
has some of the last bottles of this.
Yeah.
You don't want to pay the price that
price
it's
for that.
demanding.
Yeah.
Only he has it, so if you wanted, you can pay it.
Right.
And the ability to resist the temptation of opening that bottle, that's amazing. That's pretty cool.
That's why
Right?
I don't go there.
Shouldn't be that difficult.
Oh, okay.
That would be up on the floor and I drink that wine.
But I think you mentioned they have ways of sticking a small
syringe
needle
into it.
syringe to the
Right, but that's
cork.
still so. Just think about it. We would be inserting a larger hole into the cork than the porous.
Right, yeah.
But that means we're increasing the speed of in which oxygen is coming
Yeah.
in. So I hear the music. I just want to let people know.
Oh, yes, you got some events.
The last Thursday and Friday of this month. Sorry, the last Thursday, the 30th, and the Friday the 1st. Our wine tastings are back. Stanfield Scott, J Law, Cupcake, and I'm missing something. Chloe will be tasted. That's $75, 6 wines guided. That Friday, which leads into Emancipation Holiday, we're having a Redemption Songs happy hour.
Nice.
Comes with a complimentary glass of wine. Chateau Saint Michel, Brut and Brut Rosé. We'll do those complimentary glasses.
Oh, that's beautiful.
We have a Redemption Bourbon and Rye cocktail, and DJ Melody will be giving us some entertainment that
Nice.
evening. All right,
Right,
look forward to
that's
seeing
pretty
you.
good stuff. This person, really quickly, I'm a fan of Merlot. Any suggestions? Any recommendations?
Absolutely, Decoy Limited
Yes.
or Duck Horn.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. I totally agree with that.
Yeah. Okay. So they got some other questions here. I'll show you this off here. Thank you, Kyle. This has been great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
See you next month.
Yeah. Most definitely. Wendy's apple pecan and Chateau Saint Michel Brut. It's a winner.
That is quite a surprising combination, but it would work. It definitely would. Kyle Stubbs, thank you so much. Bristol Wines and Spirits, thank you. Chester Robards, thank you.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you next week, and I'll be back tomorrow morning with more Morning Blend and Morning Blend Business right here on Guardian Radio 96.9. Everybody have a great day. Stay tuned for On the Clock with Aaron Green next.
With RBC, your idea of loving every journey happens now. Free up cash with affordable auto financing from RBC. With competitive rates and no bank fees, it's the perfect time to make every journey something special. Apply now to pre-qualify in 60 seconds at rbc.com/auto loan to shop with confidence. Conditions apply. RBC, your idea of loving your journey happens here.
You work hard, let your money work hard for you. With as little as $1,000 to start, you can watch your money grow by investing in CFAL's Bahamian dollar and US dollar mutual funds, each tailored to match your unique investment profile. Our expert advisors are dedicated to crafting personalized investment strategies to help you achieve your financial goals. Don't miss out on the chance to earn higher returns on your hard-earned money. Join the thousands of investors who trust CFAL and start your journey toward financial freedom today. Visit us at cfal.com to learn more about our saving and investment options. And let us help you build wealth so you can live well. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.